What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to Omar BYT, ladies and gentlemen. And welcome, guys, to episode 20 of True Ballers FC, ladies and gentlemen, guys. A new revamp, a new background, a new thumbnail, everything new, guys, on the 20th anniversary. Oh, sorry, our 20th episode of the True Ballers FC. Big up to my guy RSM for turning up. Big up to you. How you doing, man?
Big up, man. No, I'm good. I'm good. Interesting international break, man.
Yes, sir.
For
Yes, sir.
sure.
Yes, sir. Listen, man. Listen, the True Brothers FC show is always running, man. Every single Wednesday, man. Listen, there hasn't been any Premier League games, but listen, there has been games regardless, man. We had the international break, obviously. Obviously, you and I both we watched the international break, like especially like with you watching South American football. I watched a lot of like other leagues and South America as well. I did do watch alongs on my channel. But listen, man, talk to me, bro. What did you think of the international break in general, man?
I think it's interesting. I think in terms of looking at it through the lens that legitimately, the World Cup is just right around the corner. It's been years now. It feels like since Argentina won the Qatar World Cup. And I think we've seen a lot of teams emerge. I think we've seen a lot of teams decline. I think a team that has found new life since the World Cup is in Spain. I mean, a completely revamped team, completely figured out the way to mix in possession with attacking flow. I think Argentina is still, in my opinion, until proven otherwise in the World Cup, the best team currently in the world right now. They're just too much of a unit. I think you can make a ton of arguments that in a combined 11, right, which people love to say, that they would get beat, but they're such a good unit. I think I look at Germany. I think Germany has, very, very good potential. I think another massive fall off since the World Cup is France. They have looked awful, man.
Yes.
Looked awful in the Euros. Still look bad. Like relying on a lot of individualities. Maybe it's time to get, let somebody else take the reins in terms of managing the national team. Try to put in new ideas into the mix. I think that's what's necessary at this point. Just a change of the guard. It is what it is. Let me try to think what else is interesting. Nigeria not potentially not making it to the biggest World Cup in in history, bro. Like every nation and their mother is invited, and Nigeria doing their best
Yeah, bro.
to
Only Nigeria, bro.
only
I was
Nigeria.
actually talking to Prime earlier today, right? And bro, he was like, bro, like what do you want me to say? I'm like, bro, like how? Like how is it that in the biggest World Cup, probably the biggest World Cup ever, where there's like everybody, you're gonna be seeing debuts left, right, and center. Is Nigeria still not making it? Like how are you
Especially in
guys
the
not
U.S. There's
doing
a
it?
lot of Nigerians in the U.S. Crazy.
Well, the crazy thing is, Nigeria, I've said it on paper, bro. On paper, if you look at African football, they have one of the best teams. Like, what's his name? Prime disagrees, but I'm just like, bro, at the end of the day, look at the performance, look at the teams that you guys have, look at the players that you guys have, right?
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, Osimhen. Like, I know he doesn't rate Boniface, but Boniface, Lookman, then Didi, bro. I'm just like, nah, man, no excuses. I
No
don't want to hear
excuses.
any of this talk, man. It
The
doesn't
thing
make
is,
any
I could
sense.
hear like maybe not like we're not winning AFCON or whatever. Fine, like you're up against eventually when you get to the final, you're up against the other best team in the continent that made it in the knockout tournament, right? But when we're talking about qualifiers, bro, when we're talking about, with all due respect, right, just smaller nations that don't have the population, that don't have the money for actually bringing up players, man. I don't know what to say. I think that's crazy for Nigeria. I think looking at Asia, I think Japan is a very cohesive unit, bro. Very, very
Yeah,
cohesive
yeah.
unit.
I was surprised they
Looking really
didn't beat.
good, man. South Korea, I think they're good,
No.
but again, I don't know. I don't know if I'm as convinced as maybe I was last World Cup.
I
Um,
know I know one person who has an opinion on them. It's not a good one. It's the guy in the chat right now. He's definitely happy to see the back end of the international break.
yeah, no, I understand. Especially, by the way, if you're a USA fan, horrendous international break for the US men's national team, man. I mean, I don't. At what point do the pundits finally stop calling this a golden generation? These guys don't have 1/10 of the grit and determination that the Dempsey Donovan era had. Nothing. They walk onto the pitch and act like just because they get called the golden generation, they're gonna win a game. I can't it's horrifying, bro, to watch them play. And you already know my thoughts on Podge. I think Podge is a massive fraud. I think he sucks. I think, and people will fight me on this, but time is continuing to prove me true. He got carried by the players at the teams he was at. Anybody could fight me on that opinion, bro, and I have a good argument. He was carried by the player at Spurs. I mean, you look at that Spurs team now, right now, with you look at the where certain players reach in their careers. That was an amazing team that he had at his disposal. Couldn't win anything with them. I
Hmm.
mean, to a certain extent, like I said, the U.S. men's national team bad. Mexico, this was just a Jimenez purple patch, bro. Respectfully, like I still think they're a bad team. I do not. I think CONCACAF is the second weakest region in the world. It is what it is.
Yeah, yeah,
Only
yeah,
five
yeah. I
million.
hear that. I hear that.
Yeah,
I'm not
but
gonna lie, bro. Listen, I, here's the thing, right? Hold on, my thing freezing? Apparently, my thing is freezing. Give me a second.
you're like stuttering
All
a
right.
bit. Like we can hear you
Yeah.
fine, but your video's like it's a bit glitchy.
All right. Am I still glitching?
Yeah,
Hold on. Let me try to fix this. Give me a second. I'll be right back.
yeah, bet. Um, but yeah, I mean, it was just bad from the U.S. men's national team. I mean, you could argue that maybe they didn't have a certain amount of their starters, but I don't think you should need the starters to get past Panama, bro. Like Panama have had a lot of growth internationally, but they're still with their own just at the beginning in terms of the project that they're trying to build in the nation in terms of actually having a real competitive football team. But yeah, man, U.S. men's national team bad, not
Yeah.
good.
I mean, I hope I'm good now. But listen, at the end of the day, I'll say this, right? When it comes down to it, I'm just tired, bro. I'm gonna be very honest with you. I am just tired. I'm just tired of like the national team. I'm just tired of like this nation. I'm just tired of everything, bro. Like just scrap the whole thing. Like honestly, because here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, RSM. I took a hiatus after the 2018 World Cup qualifiers. After the 2018 World Cup, I did not support this nation for over 3-4 years. I'm dead serious. It took me for just to go back to the World Cup in 2022 to actually start watching this nation again. I couldn't bring myself to watch them, bro. Right? And I'm
Yep.
gonna be real. Even in this World Cup qualifier, I spent more time watching Gambia than I did watching the US. I watched that US Panama game for like a few minutes. I was like, yeah, no, yeah, I'm good.
No,
I'm good. I am
it's
good.
bad, bro. Like
I didn't see the goal. I was
yeah, I
doing the
mean,
Brazil. I was doing the Brazil Colombia game that day, right? And
yeah.
RSM, it was Warrior J who came to my chat and he was like, "Omar, did you see that they lost?" I said, "We lost to who?" He said,
Who?
"Yeah, Panama beat us." I'm like, "We lost to Panama again." He
Yeah,
said, "Yeah." I'm like, "All right, cool. All right, cool." Like,
that's
what,
what they
what do
really
you want to
need to
like?
know,
You just
man.
mentioned it, bro. This generation is so overrated. It's actually a
Yes,
flipping disgrace. You
bro.
understand what I'm saying, right?
They're soft, man. They're soft. I can't stand them.
Absolutely soft, bro. Like I'm telling you now, right? We have such a great. These guys have everything. The team that we had in the early 2000s, right? I said it even on my stream that day, right? I said, look at that team that used to go to World Cups, give fight, right? Look at our best players where they played. You had Donovan who was playing for Fulham. You had what's his name?
It was Everton, I think.
Donovan
Yeah,
was at LA Galaxy. Dempsey was at Fulham. Howard was in Everton, right? What's his name? Who else?
it was
Maurice
the
Edu
Bradley
was at
brother. We had Bradley. No, Bradley was also in the
Bradley. Yeah,
midfield.
Bradley was at Roma. Yeah, so he was doing his thing at Roma at some
Yeah,
point, right? But basically, the core of the team that we had back then were absolute bums, right? Playing for teams that were
bro.
not
They
challenging.
had little tech, but all grit, bro. That's why at
But
least
that's
I
the thing. That's
respected
what they
them, bro.
had. What that team had was pride for the nation, bro.
Yes.
I've always said it. The last World Cup we performed well was in the 2014 World Cup, bro. That World Cup was all about pride for us because we were in a group of death. We were in a group where that group where we were in with Germany, Portugal, and Ghana, bro. Imagine we were playing three teams that we already didn't play in the World Cup in the past who beaten us, right? Maybe Portugal haven't, but Ghana had a good history against us. Germany had a good history against us. I'm like, bro, we should have finished bottom and lost every game, but we somehow went out of the group of that group, that tough group, right? That team was actually a team of warriors, man. But that was where our
Yep.
national team peaked. After that, bro, we never. And maybe Copa America 2016, we did well. But that was it. After that, after Copa America 2016, that was it. It was GG's. We were never near. It's ironically that game against you guys when we beat you guys in the Copa America in 2016. Bro, that was probably the last time I ever saw my national team be good. After that, I was like, yeah, after we lost to Argentina in the semifinals, that was it. We failed to
Yep.
qualify for the
It was
2018
just
World Cup.
this new generation, man. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the older generation, they knew the limitations of the team. They knew that they were going to be the team that like outpossessed the other team and did this or that. But they were at least going to try to be resolute. They were going to try to play to their strengths, right? Bro, these players think they're better than they are, man. And I blame everybody who covers the U.S. men's national team. The golden generation, they hyped up Pulisic, they hyped up these players, bro. Like these players are not of the international level, man. Bro, I'm telling you, how much more proof do you need though that these players haven't even reached the heights that the old generation that people called bums reached? How much more proof do we need?
This is why
A
I don't.
bounce
This is
out,
why I never
a
listen.
bounce out of the Copa America at home,
RSM,
embarrassing, bro.
RSM. This is why I don't. This is why, in my experience as a football fan, I've learned to never take the idea of golden generation things. Anytime
Mhm.
anyone ever tells me, "Oh, we're in a golden generation," I don't listen to it. Don't ever talk to bro. Golden
Until they
generation
win
is
stuff,
usually never won.
I don't believe it, bro.
Exactly.
It's the same thing with Chile. Chile has a golden generation because they won 2 back-to-back Copa Americas. That's a golden generation. They proved it on the pitch. They beat Argentina. They beat Brazil. This team, nah, bro. This U.S. men's
That's what
team is
I've always
off,
said.
bro.
People don't. I feel like people. The definition of golden generation is so ridiculous. The term of golden generation should not be about the team that you have. It's what success you had with that team. Like when you talk about Spain's golden generation, you know who we're talking about. When we talk about France's golden generation, not the team that we're seeing now, not even the team that won the 2018 World Cup. I'm talking about the team in the 90s.
Oh
That
yeah,
was a
man.
golden generation, right?
Yep.
When you talk about Argentina's golden generation, they've had this is arguably their golden generation.
This might
Like
be a
in,
dynasty. If they defend
yeah,
this World Cup, I think
I
it's
don't think they will,
just
to be honest, but
I
you
I
know,
think they'll get semis, if not the final again. But
yeah. I'll be honest, man. Even though yes, I know, we're gonna get into the Argentina Brazil game, but
yeah,
I'll say this about Argentina. Yes, they showed a lot of grit during these qualifiers, right? Because they didn't have Messi, they didn't have Lautaro, and they didn't have what's his name, Dybala, right? In this international break, and they had two tough games, right, against Uruguay and Brazil. Away to Uruguay, they went out there and won, right? Credit to them, right? That was a gutsy victory. Thiago Almada, Atlanta United's own, you know what I mean, right? Doing his thing on that game. Absolutely stunning goal that day,
yeah.
right? And then you had the game yesterday, bro. I was gonna wait for Will to come in, but I'm sure Will is probably just watching and say, "Yeah, I'm gonna wait until these guys are done with this section." But you're gonna get smoked, bro. But because we need to talk about Brazil. Here's the thing with Brazil, bro. Argentina. Before I go to Brazil, Argentina showed their quality. They showed that, listen, without Messi, and this is sometimes what you need. I feel like this is good for Argentinian football to actually show that they can do it without Messi. You understand what I'm saying? Because I believe that after the World Cup, Messi would probably retire. It's very, like, it's almost certain that after the World Cup, he'll be
Yeah.
done. You understand what I'm saying, right? But this is what Argentina need. They need to have this assurance that, okay, when Messi leaves, at least we know these guys can still play well because they proved it. They absolutely battered these guys pillar to post, man. That, I'm not joking, bro. That game was surprised. Like, that game surprised me. I was like, yo, I knew you guys were bad, Brazil, but my God, how bad has Brazilian football actually declined, bro? It's actually insane, isn't it, RSM? Like, you're South American, bro. How you watching this Brazilian team? You're just like,
Bro, like this is the thing. I've been like I follow my like the first interaction I ever had as a kid with football was international football, specifically South American international football. Like I followed the rise and fall of a ton of national teams. Like that's my favorite part. That's why when everybody else is like, "Oh, I hate international break," I love it. I love watching South American teams. But this has been nasty, man, and it's been a long time coming. I think something fundamental died in the Brazilian national team when they got Pam 7-1 at home. Nothing has ever been the same since the 7-1 at home, bro. Let's be honest about it, man.
hmm,
And I've seen this newer generation of Brazilians. You know, they haven't grown up on the successful Brazil, and a lot of these players that are hitting the national teams in South America, they haven't as well. Like for example, me growing up, I had my grandpa, I had my father tell me, "Yo, you always respect Brazil, bro. They're always going to be, this elite top team, this top side." But bro, just not the case anymore. It's been too many years of decline. I mean, you look at one of the most iconic positions that Brazil used to have were fullbacks. Their fullbacks were like no other. Weak foot, strong foot, dribbling, could bomb forward, could defend one-on-one. They were the best in class. Everybody you know, looked up to Brazilian fullbacks. Did you see those fullbacks that they had out? They were getting cooked. They were getting spun. They couldn't string two passes together. They were no names. And this is from Brazil, and it's insane to see where they've fallen. But people start accepting these standards, and a lot of the Brazilian fans are still like cheering on, and they're eating it up. And I mean, there's nothing else to say about this Brazilian team, other than the fact that like they have the talent. Clearly, they have enough talent. The issue is, bro, at this point, it's a mentality issue. When I'm
Mm.
seeing you as a player go up to the two times Copa America winners, right? Current winners of the Copa America, two times, the current World Cup holders, and you're telling them that you have two Champions Leagues, they don't care. What are we talking about, man? What are you doing? What are you playing at, man? There is no UCL badge to tap. Nobody respects you in South America. Nobody, bro. I'm telling you right now that you can't tap to the 15. There's nothing there. Your generation got zero. Because I had and this is the issue as well with younger Brazilian fans, because the guy that I do my watch alongs with, he's older. He's seen Brazil win World Cups.
Oh.
He doesn't rate the generation. He said some of the older people in Brazil
Bro.
don't even rate Neymar for not winning as much as he should have with the national team.
But that's the thing. South America is like that. You know that, RSM. Like
Dude,
you
they
see
were
the way
burning. Dude,
people
they
don't
were
understand.
burning Messi jerseys because he didn't win against Chile two times in a row.
Bro, I used to watch documentaries. RSM, I promise you, bro. I watch documentaries, right? In 2018 World Cup qualifiers, right? This guy went to
Yeah.
Argentina and was talking to the Argentinians. He basically asked all the Argentinian fans, like literally everyone, right? Messi or Maradona, bro. There was one person who said Messi. Not one.
Yep.
Because everyone was like, yo, yeah, he won the Ballon d'Or, he won La Liga, he won this. He said, the guy turned around, he said,
What have you done for the national team, man?
no, he just looked at us like, bro, where's Barcelona? And he said, Barcelona's in Spain. All right, it's okay, yeah, exactly. It's in Spain. Okay, until I see him hold a trophy with the blue and whites, he doesn't talk to Maradona. And you know what it is? I respect it because, brother, here's the thing, bro.
That's how it is, man.
If you are Brazilian, like I want you to understand. Did you remember when R9 said this when he was doing that interview with Gary Lineker, right? And Gary Lineker told him, and he told Gary Lineker, yeah, we went to the 98 World Cup because we were the defending champions. We went to the World Cup in 98. We did the final, but we lost to that France team. That France team were the better team and all of this and all that. He said, I bet you when you guys came back, you were absolutely treated like heroes. He said, nope.
No.
He said, nope. He said, bro, he said, in Brazilian football, if you don't win the World Cup, you might as well just get knocked out in the group stages. What's the point? You came home with nothing. He said, but you know, but in England, you be looked at as a hero. He said, that's England. This is Brazil. And I'm like, you know what it is, bro? This is why this guy. That's why his generation won so many trophies. That's why they won so many Copa Americas. That's why they won back-to-back Copa Americas. They won World Cups. They won all the bro. That generation didn't care what you did for international club football, bro. You could be the best player, won the most Ballon d'Ors. That's what people don't understand. This is why when Vinicius took, bro, what are you doing?
But
Like
the
in
thing
my
is, like,
go ahead.
Omar, modern day fans, and it's getting to the players now. They don't understand that. Like that's what I'm saying. And I told Will, like one of the first after I first met him, like one of the first arguments we had is I told him I don't rate Vinny because he doesn't show up for Brazil, and he's like I don't care because he shows up for Madrid. And I said, as a South American, if you aren't respected and rated within your own country, I can't look at you seriously, man. I just can't. And it's that simple for me. Like as a South American, there is no bigger stain of dishonor than your country not backing you. It is what it is, and that's why I was telling him, like, bro, Messi was literally crying, saying he's gonna quit from the national team. People were burning his jerseys.
Yep.
At the point where he had like 4 or 5 Ballon d'Ors, people don't care unless when it comes to South American. What are you doing for our country, bro? How are you representing the badge? How are you fighting for the shirt? And the reality is that the shirt is too heavy for this Brazil team, man.
No, it really
Vinny
is.
does not know what to do when that Brazil shirt is on. He doesn't know how to act. This isn't Madrid. This isn't 15 UCLs won in like and most of the UCLs that you've won have been in the past 10 years. Bro, this Brazil team has done nothing for the past pretty much since the older generation left. And we're being quite honest about it.
Bro, this is why when people, I've said it before, man. At the end of the day, Vinny can do whatever he wants with Madrid. He will never be as good as Neymar in my eyes. It's not just because I don't like the guy. It's because, brother, let me explain something to you. You see, when it comes to Neymar, Neymar was on everywhere he was, whether it was for Brazil, or it was for Barca, PSG, or Brazil. One thing Brazilian fans will, and maybe Brazilian fans might not like him because he hasn't won anything with the nation. But a lot of Brazilians understand that if it wasn't for him, the team that they have now is what their team would have been the past 10 years.
No, you know
Because let's
what
be
is
fair,
but you know what it is, Omar. It's not that it's like they don't like him because he should have won more, but they
yes,
respect him because they saw that every time he went out to play, bro, every tackle he ate all them tackles. He chased after the ball. He wasn't like it is what it is. They knew that he was a targeted man because he was a player on the team, but he gave everything. He gave everything when he was playing for Brazil, bro. He almost got pretty much paralyzed. Like a couple centimeters down, he would have been paralyzed, pretty much. Like they know what he gave to the national team. So even if they don't like him because they feel that he should have won more, they respect him. They don't respect Vinny, man. They don't respect this current generation of Brazilians. They don't.
no,
It's
because
the
you know
younger
why?
generations that are being sold
Because
the
this,
story. It's the fact that the
but
Brazilian Federation is pushing these players. And for example, they're trying to push like the names. They're trying to
yeah,
they continue to play Vinny. Bro, I'm so sorry. Like when you set up this is my issue with the Federation. I'm saying this is why the coach has to go, because the coach is pretty much a mouthpiece for the Federation. And the Federation wants all the big name players as much as possible because it is suicidal to put two people in the midfield and then play an attacking four of Cunha, Rodrigo, Rafinha, and Vinny. Bro, you're not doing anything, man. The ball isn't making it to them. Like, what is it? I think they had 4 or 5 people in the midfield, Argentina, against 2 Brazilian in the midfield. What did you expect to happen? And
you know
for the
what's
good of the country,
You
at
know
some
what's
point, like, if,
Anderson,
bro, I'm telling you, with this,
Anderson.
they're not
Go ahead.
even calling up Andre Santos. And this is, and we'll get into this later, but I said a competent manager, what they would do, right, is they would realize this Brazilian team is never, and I mean, you see some of the touches yesterday from Brazil, disgusting, bro. There is no Joga Bonito, bro. It's over. It's
No,
dead,
no,
man.
it's dead.
It's
It's
dead.
dead.
And you look, bro. You look at some of the touches. I'm saying that a competent manager would realize that this team pretty much needs to play on the counterattack, on the fast break, because that's where Vinny's the best. You look at Vinny, bro. He's a kick and run merchant for Brazil. He kicks the ball and he runs after it because he knows he's
Mhm.
gonna outpace most of South America. But even then, you don't have a real 9 in the box. You don't. And when Vinny gets to the ball, that's if he does something with it. Because sometimes he just gets stuffed. The defender catches up anyways. And my point being, like, a competent manager would be playing, I'm being so serious, Esteval, Santos in the midfield, and then put like a Joe Linton or a Guimaraes, right, who are the physical aspect of the midfield, right, more of the shin kickers. And then you hold, because your defense is trash, right? You don't have bombing fullbacks. Your fullbacks are awful. So you just defend and you hope that when you get on the break, get the ball to Esteval or Santos, they ping the ball to Rafinha, Vinny, or Rodrigo, and you can score that way. That's the
Mm.
most effective way to use this team. But the issue is that the Federation can't sell that as the image of what Brazil is, because that's not sexy football. That's not Jogo Bonito. But these guys don't have it. There's no touches. There's no understanding between any of them. They don't have the Jogo Bonito anymore. It's dead, bro. It's gone. That generation is finished. This current generation does not have that. And they're not of that level. And the Brazilian Federation are still trying to sell this image that Brazil is like this. That that they're gonna play the Brazilian way, which is why they're sticking with this bum Dorval, bro. But he's not, and the issue is past Dorval. Like, people want to blame it all on him, but he's not telling Vinny to just kick the ball and run. He's not, he's not like taking away the first touch from the midfield. Bro, Murillo, and I'm telling you, the Brazilian shirt is too heavy. Murillo, top center back for Forest. He was trash. He was buns against Argentina, man. He was awful. It looked like it was the first time he had ever played at a top level for the national team. Bro, he was spinning. He was chasing shadows. And that's one of the best in the Prem, by the way. A top-rated center back in the Prem. This is what I'm telling people that people don't understand, man. That Brazilian shirt is heavy. It is heavy. Brazilian 10 and Argentinian 10, some of the heaviest shirts in existence. If you ever wanted to know which shirt is heavier, Real Madrid or Brazil, I think you have your answer. Barcelona or Argentina, you have your answers, man. Because for South American, it's country before club. That's just the way it is. They will show up with one leg broken to the international camp if they have even a chance of playing. But Vinny, Rafinha, and everybody else on that team, unfortunately, they do not have it, man. And I don't think, and at a certain point, you just have to stop playing favorites, bro. You just have to. If they're not doing good, bench them, call them off. It is what it is. You have to find a system that works with the players you have. Rafinha, Vinny, Rodrigo, one of them got to hold bench, man. You need to unearth a striker somewhere, man.
No,
And I don't know where Brazil go from here. I'm being quite honest.
no,
I think that this generation
really,
is just kind of a
that's what
dud.
is that's what's worse, isn't it, RSM? It's the fact that it looks so bleak. Like it looks so bleak for Brazilian football. Like there doesn't seem to be any light at the end of this tunnel, bro. Like, bro, I'm watching when I watch Brazil. You just mentioned it, right? The Brazil that we were used to watching as a young kids, right? Yes, they were incredible. They had amazing players. They had top world class players. That is a fact, right? We don't deny any of those things, right? But here's the thing, right? What a Brazilian team used to do was they understood, okay, when it comes to what we play, how we play for our nation, it doesn't matter what we do for our clubs. It doesn't matter, right? I could be I could be Ronaldinho playing for Barcelona, being the Ballon d'Or winner. When I'm in Brazil, I'm just Ronaldo from Brazil. That's it. Ronaldinho for Brazil. If I'm R9 at Real Madrid, guess what? When I'm R9, I'm an R9 in Brazil. You understand what I'm saying? You see guys like Vinny, right? I said it before. When he did what he did, when I saw what he did, I said, I see where your mind is. I see where your mind is. See, you are so self-obsessed with what you've done for your club. You think because that you've had so much accomplishments at your club that just means that you are going to go down in history. Let me tell you something, Vinicius. You, my friend, the path that you're taking now with Brazil, you wouldn't even be in their top 50 players of all time. You understand what I'm saying? Because I want you to understand which country you are from, bro. Because I don't think you really understand, bro. You haven't cracked, bro. I swear you probably even, if you crack the 100, you are literally around the 90s, bro. I'm telling you now. Because Brazilians, if Brazilians want to count down the 100 greatest players of all time, bro, they will not put you in that list. Because Brazilians will first of all look at what did this guy did with Brazil. When we talk about Pelé, do you think they talk about Pelé what he did for Santos? Nobody cares what he did for Santos. No, the guy won 3 World Cups. That's it. All right, cool. You're in the top 10. You understand what I'm saying? Top 10. He's probably top 1. Right? And then you guess what? R9, Zico, Socrates, right? What's his name? Romario, right? Rivaldo, Ronaldinho. Bro, all these guys
Cafu,
have done great.
Carlos,
Cafu, Roberto Carlos, so many
Thiago
players, right?
Silva, Danny Alves. Like, bro, you could keep going on and on, man. There's too many
You could
players.
call these players out, bro. We could be here all day. And you know what's funny? All those players you just mentioned, Thiago Silva and Daniel Alves, yeah, they didn't win World Cups. But guess what, bro? Those guys won Copa America. He won a cup. They won a Copa America. You understand what I'm saying, right? So at the end of the day, those guys can look back and say, listen, we may have not won a World Cup, but bro, we won a trophy. What have you won? What have you actually brought, bro? Like, you're the only generation of teams that have never actually brought anything in a long time. Because Brazil might not have dominated the World Cups all the time, but one thing about them is in every single decade they won a Copa America at least one time.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like your generation, you've already missed that. You've already lost 2 times, 2 World Copa America. How many more Copa Americas are left in this decade? Probably 2, right? In the way you guys are moving right now, you guys don't look like you're gonna win it. Because I'm telling you now, you look at what's happening in your nation right now. I'm not saying you guys are gonna win it, but you're building a team that could potentially be outside. I mean, if Chile could have a golden generation to win 2 Copa Americas back to back, why is there a country like Ecuador can't do it? You understand what I'm saying? You see how Venezuela played in the last Copa America. You see Argentina still around. Uruguay are still around. You understand what I'm saying? And you guys are looking like you're literally out of sight compared to these nations. You're not that team right now, man. And listen, at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's a sad state of affairs because I am a football fan. When you're a football fan, you see a decline of a nation like this or club of this magnitude. You just think, damn, what the hell happened to you guys? It's actually sad. And it's so sad that we're looking at Brazil next year in the World Cup when we're not even going to look at them as one of the favorites. That's probably in my lifetime never happened. I've never in my lifetime as a football fan, RSM, right, ever gone to a World Cup and not think that Brazil could potentially win it. But this Brazilian team have no chance of winning the World Cup next year. I would be shocked to the core if they somehow win it. I'm telling you now, bro. But yeah, I mean, listen.
That's where we're at, man. That's just literally just where we're at right now with this team.
Yeah, but I mean, listen. But I would before we do move on. You did do when you guys did play. I did see that you guys played against Venezuela. I was actually on your stream. on the chat,
Yeah.
and you guys were so comfortable, but I didn't actually finish the game. You guys ended up winning the game only 2-1. What happened after you
Yeah.
guys scored the second? You guys just went just sat back.
Nah, I mean it's just the same issue that we've always had. Like with the generations that we have an amazing generation in midfield and in defense, but in attack, that's where we're lacking. We don't have any clinical finishers other than Valencia, who's at this point too old. Like I said, like the issue that Ecuador has is that Valencia is a 1 in 4 striker, but everybody else on the bench is a 1 in 10. Like that's just kind of where we're at right now at the moment. And I mean, it should have been a 5-1, a 6-1, like legit against Venezuela. Like that's what the chances should have dictated. It didn't end up that way because we just don't have clinical finishers, and unfortunately, that's what kills us. I mean, like I said, we're the team in South America with the least losses. We've only lost twice. Argentina's lost 3 times. We have the least goals. We've only conceded 5 goals in 14 games. Like I think we're well, but the only thing that kills us is the attack. Like we're a tough team to score against. We're a tough team to beat. But where we shoot ourselves in the foot is, we don't have an amazing attack. Hopefully, we're able to unearth some people and maybe some young talents, or see some people hit some form before the World Cup. Right. But I think that's always going to be our Achilles heels. Is as of right now, we don't have an attack.
Right. I mean, I do hear that, but are you confident that you're confident you're going to make it for sure?
Make what, to the World Cup?
Yeah.
Well, we're second. It's basically impossible.
Oh, yeah, it's almost guaranteed, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a 99 point. We would have to lose every game from here on out, not draw, lose every game, and then other teams would need to get results. Like,
No, I hear it.
Yeah,
I hear it. I mean, yeah, man. Listen, we'll see what happens. I mean, listen, there are some nations that have already qualified, by the way. New Zealand already qualified. Japan, I think Iran qualified. I think Japan also qualified, if I'm not mistaken.
And then Argentina.
Yeah, Argentina, exactly. So, yeah, some nations have already booked their place in the World Cup next year, very, very early. But, yeah, man, I mean, Warrior J is asking, I want to ask you two a question. If Brazil qualify, do you think they're going to get grouped? Do you think they will get grouped?
I was literally saying this last night, is that Brazil have to be very, very careful because they're playing with fire. Everybody's like, oh, Brazil's making it past groups. And I'm like, you guys are thinking in the mindset of Brazil's of years past, where they're in pot 1. Brazil is not going to be in pot 1 or pot 2. The best that they can hope for right now.
I mean, they'll probably be pot 1 because of like the amount of groups that exist. Like, there's too many groups.
No, they won't be pot 1.
Sure.
Because look at where they are on the table right now. Look at the CONMEBOL table. If it finishes today, they're not pot 1.
Oh wow! Let me see. I think
they're 5th.
Oh,
5th in the CONMEBOL is not pot 1.
They're fourth.
They're 4th. There you go. They're 4th. They're 4th, and they are tied with they're tied with Paraguay for basically 4th.
Yeah,
so
4th.
They're joint 4th. And at a certain point, what I'm looking at, that's what I'm saying, is Brazil do not have the prettiest schedule. I think obviously they're gonna qualify because their schedule isn't the best. Like, they have to go visit Ecuador, which they have not beat us for years now in Ecuador. That's just the fact of the matter. They don't have a winning record. It's mostly draws in Ecuador, and that's even when we weren't amazing. They have to take Paraguay at home, which this Paraguay team is something serious to break down.
Oh yeah,
Paraguay already beat them.
It's at home especially.
Yep. Then they have Brazil, Chile, which they should win because Chile is absolutely awful. Then they have to go to away. The last game is away at Bolivia in El Alto, which they have never done well in Bolivia. They've won.
Nobody does well down there, bro.
But bro, 4,000 people don't understand. You're playing because people are like, oh, it's just a bit of height, bro. It's 4,000 meters.
No.
Above sea level. You don't understand, bro. You guys are basically at the moon. Second half, no, you don't say it. Second half, you are literally, you know how everybody says Ugarte is just a runner, bro. Ugarte's second half against Bolivia was huffing and puffing, and they had to take a break so that the Uruguayan players could literally like inhale oxygen.
Yeah, bro, I've seen videos. I promise you all. I've seen videos, right, of players after they played in that stadium in the locker rooms with ventilators
and stuff.
Ventilators, bro, inside the locker rooms, bro.
Dude, and these are professional players. Dude, I'm telling you, because every time it happens, every team, like the only team that was a bit insulated was Ecuador, but not anymore because all of our players don't play in Ecuador anymore. Because Ecuador is 2,000 meters. Our capital is 2,400 meters.
Right.
So when our players weren't playing, in Europe, we could usually get away with the winning at Bolivia. But bro, now it's tough for any team because you get to that second half and you're tired, you're huffing, you're puffing, and the Bolivians look like Usain Bolt, bro. They look like prime Brazil every
That's why.
second half
Yeah,
against every team. It
That's
doesn't
why.
matter.
You know, it's funny because I think Bolivia have won a Copa America, and the only Copa America they've won is
They
the
won. It
one
was
they.
yeah,
It's the
bro.
one they hosted. I'm like, well, of course they won the one that they hosted, bro. Nobody,
Yeah, bro. They
bro. All
hosted
the
it
players,
basically. The
all the players
location was the moon, bro. But that's
like,
why I
come
say for
on, man.
me, South American qualifiers, especially when before this World Cup, when it was just the top 4 qualify, it was the hardest qualifiers in the world, bro.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, Bolivia is one of those nations. I remember back in 2009, they actually beat what's his name, 5-1. Maradona's Argentina 5-1 in that stadium,
Yep.
right? Who else did they beat? Bro, they've beaten a lot of teams, bro. They've actually given a lot of teams like hella like
Yep.
surprise. I think there was recently they played Brazil. I think they might have drawn the game.
Yeah.
So even Brazil struggle over there, bro. So at the end of the day, that is a very, very tough stadium to go to. It's very, very hard. Even teams like big teams, when they go down there, like that's the thing with Bolivia. Bolivia is one of those nations, when they're away from home, bro, they get smoked by everybody.
There's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing.
Everybody, bro. They're getting beaten 3-0, 4-0, 5-0. But bro, when they're in that stadium, bro,
Bolivia at home literally become like Viltrumites, bro. They become like
yeah, exactly. Because
the Avengers,
Viltrumites, that's
bro.
actually the perfect analogy
Crazy,
to use,
bro.
bro. They become Viltrumites instantly, bro. You're in their
Yep.
you're in their domain, bro. Absolutely killing it, bro. But yeah, man, it's just, man, I want to see what Ansu will do tomorrow against Rafin. I mean, yeah, man, we'll definitely get into that. It says, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Oh wait, who do you guys think qualifies to the World Cup in the South American team apart from Argentina?
I think it ends exactly the way that it is right now. I think the 3 teams who don't qualify are Peru, Chile, and Bolivia. I think Venezuela gets a playoff spot. There's no guarantee that they win though, because they like if this Venezuela team has to face like an African nation who are just going to be more physical, I don't know if they're able to cope with that. I think that's part of the reason why they almost got pumped like 6-1 by us. I don't know how Venezuela copes with that personally. But other than that, I think directly you're gonna get Colombia, Paraguay, Uruguay, Ecuador, Brazil, and Argentina. I think those are the 6 teams that are gonna directly qualify.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, listen. At the end of the day, I guess you are right. Surprising that Peru have done so badly, man, because they were actually very good in the last 2 qualifiers. So it's crazy how they're falling.
I mean, it's not that surprising, man. Like you look at the average age of their team, they're
Oh yeah, the
basically
average
in a
age.
retirement
Yeah,
home, bro.
I do
Same
understand
thing with
that.
Chile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, listen, we'll definitely see what happens there. But when it comes to Venezuela, man, like they've never been in a World Cup, have they?
No,
Like they've
never.
actually never. Yeah, so this would actually be their debut. Crazy.
Yep.
Since these American qualifiers are boarding now, we know who the top six are. Certain. I mean,
Pretty much.
I guess on paper it is, but the games are not boarding. I can tell you that for sure, man.
Yeah, the games aren't boring, and I mean at this point, like it's still competitive because everybody still has like the national pride. Like you don't want to, you still want to beat the team. Like Argentina was already qualified, but they still pammed Brazil. Like it just is what it is.
All right. Well, speaking of, big up to debut into my channel for the first time, man. Like Will in the building. Yeah, Will is actually here, man. Will actually turned up on Two Ballers FC, man. Big up to my guy, Will, man. How you doing, bro?
Nah, big up, bro. I'm doing pretty good. My fault for being late. I had
No, you good, bro. You good. Yeah. Appreciate you for turning up, though. Listen, man. Obviously, the international break just ended. I mean, listen, it wasn't, I guess, too bad apart from maybe the Kubashi injury and obviously USA. And I guess Gambia, because Gambia did not win during the qualifiers. That did piss me off. I'm not gonna lie. You kind of took, you kind of had it up and down because, when Brazil were playing and they won, you were more than happy to come to our channels and troll, man. But it's crazy, man, because, didn't see any of that energy yesterday, man. Now they're sending for
yeah,
my
I mean,
game.
I definitely didn't see the energy for Rafinha that you guys give to Vinny, but I get it.
Hey, listen, Rafinha was poor, but this is the thing with Rafinha, bro. I'll say
no. Hold on. Because when Vinicius is poor, nobody says that Vinicius is poor. It's Vinicius is shit, right? So it's
correct.
Yeah, so
because but that's a correct assessment though. Rafinha is bad. Vinny is dog water. You feel me? Like
Not
That's
yesterday,
correct.
though.
For Brazil, that's correct assessment.
No.
100% correct assessment.
I'm just talking about just when we talk about like an individual game, right? Like, oh, Vinny against this team, shit, right?
Yes.
But then with Rafinha, it's no, he was just poor.
Okay, so okay, here's the thing.
I was getting
Here's the thing. Okay, so can I just say this to you, Will? Here's the thing, right? Here's how I look at it, right? You see, when it comes to Vinny, until the season, nobody really looks at Rafinha like they look at Vinny. It's different. The way people look at Vinny is different, right? Vinny, for the last few years, has been doing well at Real Madrid. And you got to understand, when you're playing so well for club, people are going to start looking at, okay, you're Brazilian playing for Real Madrid doing well, right?
Yeah.
But we don't see that energy for Brazil, bro. You understand what I'm saying, right? Because at the end of the day, R9 showed up for Brazil and Real Madrid. You know, Neymar showed for Brazil and Barca and PSG. You understand what I'm saying, right? People now look at this era and they're like, all right, Vinny, this is your era. This is the era where you're the best player, right? We expect you to also turn up like them, right? So, yes, he can have his moments. But this is the thing, bro. You got to understand. When you're wearing that, Anderson was saying before you got here, right? That shirt is heavy, bro. The Brazilian shirt is heavy. Bro, the way those fans will look at you is different. Like, you can have one good game, bro. It's just one game to them. You understand what I'm saying, right? For them, it's like you have to when you're like, you know how he turned up against Costa Rica in the Copa America when he scored a hat-trick, right? People expect that kind of, maybe not a hat-trick every week, but expect that kind of performance regularly. That should be your regular.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying, right? And the problem with Vinny is that's not his regular. Most of the time, he is actually going missing in games, right? Even in that game against Colombia, he scored an incredible goal, right? I'll give it to him. That goal, incredible, right? But, bro, before that, bro, the guy was going missing for most of that game. Yes, he was the reason why they had the penalty that Rafinha scored, but that's really all he did in the game. You understand what I'm saying? And that's where I guess
I understand like what you're saying, but then like what I'm counteracting is, so then where's the energy for Rafinha having a poor game? I'm saying that this guy is the Ballon d'Or favorite right now, right? I mean, like, that's what everybody tells me.
But this is the thing. Hold up. But this is the thing, Will. And this is somebody who has watched Brazil for years and watches South American football for years, right? The thing is, Rafinha, to a certain extent, is way more humble and honest about what he is. Rafinha is not
out here humble when he guaranteed Brazil win, and he guaranteed that he was gonna score.
Let me. Did you let me finish?
Yeah, go
ahead.
My
whole point being, Rafinha. First of all, Romario. If you don't know who he is, he's an A1 tier 1 instigator, bro.
Oh yeah,
he's been that way for Brazil since forever, bro. You already know, and Rafinha has already said, by the way, it already came out. I think the poll came out and said that Rafinha came to us before the game and apologized, said that his comments were kind of like taken out of context, and he was kind of pushed to say that. That's what I'm saying. First of all, that's one. But when you're on the field and you're wearing the Brazilian shirt, you are representing Brazil, correct?
Of course.
Do you have a UCL patch when you're playing for the Brazilian team?
No.
So then why did Vinny throw up a 2?
Well, it's just because like that's just how players talk shit to each other, bro. Like, yo, like look at like what I've done.
But we spoke about this. That is where your mentality is at.
That's my point. Why. You know what it is? That's why I feel like Brazilians don't like. Let me just continue. Well, here's the thing. This is why I feel like maybe a lot of Brazilians might not like Vinny, because it's like, yeah, bro, you can talk all the crap you want to your opponents, right? Argentina, that's not the problem. Okay, it's when you start using what you've done for your club as your defense or as a counteract, right? It's like at the end of the day, when it comes to like, do you remember which player was it? Do you remember Paredes and Rodrigo during the game? They had something. Paredes said that he got I've won 2 Copa Americas and a World Cup. What have you won? You see that? Because at the end of the day, it's like, bro, we're wearing the national team jersey, right? You can talk about
but then okay. But then, like, what does Paredes really won in his career? Who's he playing for? Where's he at? PSG?
Yeah, but that's the thing.
No, but
like, what are you gonna say?
Stop. But Will, you need to stop. And this is what I'm saying. You fundamentally misunderstand every time we speak on this conversation.
No, I understand exactly what you guys are saying.
Matter. No, my whole point is it doesn't matter what you do for a club. When you show up in South America, it's what have you done for your country? What have you won with your country?
That's not true. You can't say that it doesn't matter what you've done for club, because if you've not done anything for your club, then you would not be playing for the national team. So what you do for your club?
Hold on, wait. No. I need to speak on this because I'm literally South American. Yeah. A lot of South American teams are full of players from the local tournaments, bro. that play with the tournaments within their country. These players haven't gone to Europe.
Clubs. Well, for the small teams, for smaller, like
I'm not even. Hold up. I'm not even talking with big bro. Chile when they won, right? Obviously they had Vidal, right? They had all these big players, but it's an 11. Not all of their 11 was in Europe.
Yeah,
some
of
the players
Chile,
played
in that's Chile.
But I'm saying every other team has had that at some point. Colombia had that. Colombia, they had that as well. They had players.
But
okay,
I'm talking about
my point being, you don't need to do well in Italy. You don't need to do well in Europe, right? As long as you get the call up and you show up for your team, that's what matters. There are players, a ton of players in South American history who were not great for club, but were great for country, and they're remembered fondly by everybody, right? You look at that's what I'm saying. My whole point is you look at Messi, bro. People were burning Messi jerseys after they lost again to Chile in the final, the 100-year anniversary of the Copa America final. He got cooked. He said he was crying. He said I might quit the national team. They burned his jerseys. They said don't ever compare him to Maradona, right?
Was that after the Higuaín miss?
It was
that was the one in the US. Remember in
the US, yeah, it was the Chile one in the US, right? So my point being, right, when you look at the accomplishments that this Argentinian team has made, 95% of the people on that pitch have won the World Cup and won the Copa America, right? Respectfully, everybody on that Brazil team they're not the reason that the 5 stars are there. They're not.
Yeah, it's a fact.
The majority were also not there for the Copa America win a couple years back, right? So my point being, when you show up, you have to say like, I've done this for my country. I've done this for my country, right? Because you're wearing your country's badge at that moment in time. You can't be bringing up club accomplishments to somebody who's won a World Cup and has won the Copa America twice. You feel me? That are top of the South American qualifiers.
Jersey. It's the same thing with club football. If Real Madrid play I think he plays for Roma now, right? Paredes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say Madrid plays
something like that.
Roma.
Yeah, like Paredes.
Right? Yeah, if he plays for them and then Paredes starts to bring the World Cup talk, guess what? Rodrigo can bring the 3 champions. Okay, yeah, you've won won a World Cup and 2 Copa America. Guess what?
Exactly.
Well, no, but like it's all
and that would be fair, and that would be fair to do. That'd be understandable to do.
Yeah. No, wait, but it's all just talking shit in general. Like, so for example,
but here's the thing: talking shit is different. I understand, but you gotta understand, bro. South America, the way people talk shit in South America is different from how we talk shit over here, bro. You understand what I'm saying? You see, this is the thing, Will, right? Yes, on this side of the world, right, we look at what you've done for your club and for your country. We just talked about Diego Maradona. Diego Maradona's career, right? The guy played for Barcelona back in the early 80s. Then he played for Napoli, and he played for Boca Juniors. He plays for Sevilla. But this guy's career as a club player is not that impressive, apart from what he did at Napoli. What he did at Napoli was incredible, right? Winning their first league title, all of that's beautiful, right? But you look at Maradona. Anyone that talks about Maradona, who's seen Maradona, always says the same thing. This guy's one of the greatest players to ever touch down on the football pitch. You understand what I'm saying, right? And a lot of that is because of the thing he did in 1986, bro. That is goated forever. Argentinian fans, until Messi won the World Cup in 2022, bro, a lot of them never saw Messi like they saw Maradona, bro. Apart from maybe the younger generation who only saw Messi, right? The older generation, bro, never, bro. I remember I saw documentaries about this world, right? Where they would ask people in the streets of Argentina, bro, Messi or Maradona. Everybody said Maradona. They would ask them, yeah, but why? This guy's won the Ballon d'Ors. He's won Champions League.
Because he didn't do it for the country.
And they told her like, bro, where is that energy when he plays for Argentina? I haven't seen one trophy with the Argentinian squad. You understand what I'm saying,
but
right?
The narrative, but the narrative that I don't like is so, and I've never argued that, because like I feel like Arsem and I have had these conversations like often, but like I've never argued that Vinicius has been good for Brazil. The narrative that I don't like is that he's a fraud or like he's shit because he's not good for Brazil.
Well, for Brazil,
that's where I always give the pushback. Because
but you know what it is with us, Will, me and you, because I'm a Barca fan, you're a Madrid fan. We're always gonna blow things out of it. It's like when you call Rafinha the Bolivians. Like, I get it, bro. He's a Barca player and he plays for Brazil. So you're gonna throw shades. Just like me, I would throw shades because I'm a Barca fan. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta understand, when you win, when you're a winner, and this is the thing with Vinny, right? Vinny wins a lot. And when you win a lot, when you're not doing well, people will always make things worse than they look. You understand what I'm saying, right? Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that Vinicius was the worst player on the pitch on a real, because he wasn't. Though he did a few things in the game, I would say out of everyone else, I feel like maybe he put the most effort. You understand what I'm saying, right?
But, like the second best attacker.
Yeah, Acuna, exactly, right? But you gotta understand, bro, the way people look at Vinny will never be the same way they look at guys like Rafinha. Maybe Rafinha, maybe after this season, let's say he wins the Ballon d'Or. If he wins the Ballon d'Or, then guess what, bro? Starting from that moment on, bro, they're gonna look at him. They're gonna be looking at him. They're gonna be having their sharp eyes on him, right?
Yeah,
if you don't go for him, we will be there.
Bro. Wait, but just not even speaking about Rafinha anymore. I'm talking about, I just don't like the narrative that just because he's poor for his national team means that he's like shit or he's a fraud, bro. Because for me, I think that he plays, aside from Brazil, right? I know that the shirt is heavy, but I believe that the Real Madrid shirt is heavier because he's doing it every single weekend, right? Week in, week out. The international games are what? 6 times like a year? So because he's, let's say out of those 6 games, he's mid for like 4 of them, right? But then the rest of the year, in general, he's just cooking. But now all of a sudden, now he's just shit. Come on, like that's
no. Hold on. I understand. Hold up. I understand what you're saying, and I think anybody that's saying that he's like completely utter like shit as a player and stuff, obviously not right, because he's performing the Champions League, he's performing this right. My thing is right, especially with the international football and with the World Cup. The reason why you ask a player would you rather win a World Cup or a Champions League to tell you the World Cup is because the World Cup. Because if the exact reasons that you said, right, that you're not doing it week in and week out, right? You only meet, every so often, every couple of months. All the manager really does is kind of give you a setup, right? He gives you the lineup. I want you to set up like this, and then you guys need to cook. You need to show your individual skill on the pitch, pretty much irrespective of, what the people around you are. It's the ultimate test of an individual, right? Which is why Mbappe was so highly rated, because he performed in back-to-back World Cups, right? He basically dragged France to those penalties, That just shows the levels that he's at. And for me personally, the reason why I would say Vini is a fraud, right, is because you need to perform for Brazil. The weight is different for Brazil, and I think something that I think something that we can all agree on, right, is I think the 3 of us will all say Neymar is a baller, right? Neymar's a baller. We can all say that.
My favorite player of all time is Neymar.
No, that's fine, right? Yeah. And me personally, I think Neymar in my lifetime is the most talented player. However, there are Brazilians, right, and that I've spoken to that are older, right, that have seen the older generations win, and they don't like Neymar because they feel that Neymar should have won a lot more with the team, right? The issue with Vinny, right, is not that they just don't dislike him, is that they don't respect him, bro. Because Neymar was out here potentially getting like life-ending, if not career-ending injuries, right, to his back, because he was eating up tackles. He was trying to carry the team on his back. And looking back, you can tell that team, like, apart from like maybe Dani Alves, Thiago Silva, Alisson, and Neymar, they wasn't really doing too much. Yeah. And with Vinny, right, when you are going to perform at a certain level for Real Madrid, right, you need to then at least give 50% of that, bro, to Brazil.
Nah, I agree.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, for me, that's why I think it's a bit fraudulent, right? Because I think, and it's the same thing with Messi, bro. Like, if Messi never won the World Cup, never won America, he would have been fraudulent too.
That's so true, bro. You gotta understand, bro. When it comes to a guy like Vinny is one of the best players in the world. So when you are one of the best players in the world at what you do, bro, it comes with a certain level of expectation, right? You don't get judged like the regular footballer. So what you're saying, I get it, but I'm telling you this now, Will. The criticism that a guy like Vinny is gonna get is gonna be different from a criticism a guy like Rodrigo will get. You understand what I'm saying, right? Yeah. Because they will have the same level of game, but Vinny will be the one getting the spotlight. Yeah. Why? Because
also Vinny just like star. Yeah, just to also get away, just specifically.
No, Messi, I've seen games for Argentina back in the day, Will, right, where Messi was dragging this team, kicking and screaming to cup finals, and they would lose, and everybody would look at Messi. You understand what I'm saying? You remember the 2014 World Cup? He dragged them to that final. Guess what? They didn't win it. Guess who was the one that everyone looked at? Messi. 2015, the same thing. 2016. Bro, remember that Copa America in 2016 in the US? Messi was arguably one of the best, bro. That was probably the best performance I've seen Messi in an Argentina shirt in that tournament, right? But I went to the final, and then guess what? Higuain again cost this guy another cup, another trophy, international trophy, right? But guess what? Everybody always looked at him. That's why eventually he just retired, because he was like, bro, I'm pushing. I've literally given my all, and I can't win. I don't think I have what it takes. You see what I'm saying, bro? The pressure got him because he was like, "Yo, I can't do this anymore.
Okay, yeah,
This pressure is too much on me."
but just to just to get away from the Vinny combo, because I think I agree with Will on the fact that like it's not just Vinny, right? I think Vinny gets the most smoke just because in terms of accomplishments, he's the most accomplished player in that Brazil team. But you know, there's just a massive issue with Brazil. And I mean, I'd love to hear what Will thinks in terms of like what are the issues with Brazil, right? What's wrong with the team?
Actually,
What's wrong with the individuals? Is it 100% the manager? Is it 100% the players? Like, what do you think?
Go ahead.
I think it's like 60-40, 60% the manager, 40% the players. Because at the end of the day, right, the manager's not the one that's out there dropping stinkers, to be fair. I mean, like, I think even though, like, when I look at that Brazil 11, it's not as talented as what you would expect, right? Like, yesterday, you had, like, Andre in the pivot, Wesley at right back, Bento in goal. I think Murillo was making his debut. Absolute disaster.
He was moving fraudulent, bro.
Oh, my goodness.
He was moving fraudulent.
So, like, I mean, like, that's, but at the end of the day, right, if you look at that front four, right, you got Matheus Cunha, you got Vinny, Rodrigo, Rafinha. Yeah. That's the team. And I know they're playing Argentina, who are arguably the best team in the world, right? The defending world champions, the defending champions of South America, and all these different things. So they were always going to be the underdog. I don't think it mattered what 11 they put out there. And they were in Argentina as well, a very hostile environment. So the odds are always against them. But it's the fact that you go out there and get your ass whooped. Like, that's where the issue is. I don't think, like, if Brazil if they would have lost 2-1, right? Back and forth kind of game, heated. Yeah, some people would have still trolled, but we would have all been like, you know what? Like, I get it. But it's the fact that it just looked far too easy for Argentina, where I have to say that you have to, because unfortunately, right? Like, the manager, I'm pretty sure he's a nice guy in real life, but I think he just knows where the bodies are buried. This guy has to be sacked just because you can't make transfers in international football. So he's not been able to get the best out of what he has available. Like, look at Copa America. Awful Copa America for
it was bad.
Brazil. Fraudulent. I don't know how this guy still has a job. And I know that rumors came out today that that they're back talking with Zidane for the World Cup. So, I mean, we'll have to see. But, yeah, the manager, he's fraudulent, but he can't get all the blame. No, because regardless, even a weakened Brazil is still more talented than I'd say 95% of other countries. But yet other countries are outperforming. So it's a mix. And also, I just think a lot of these players who are in Europe, I think South America, because, you know, like when you guys play in South America, it's like much more fast. It's, you know, like the refs, you get away with a lot more. It's much more end to end. Whereas in Europe, it's a lot slower. Like you can see the difference with the Euros and Copa America, for example. But I feel like some of these Brazilian players, because they didn't really play in South America like that, and they went to Europe early, maybe like 18, 20 years old, I feel like they kind of maybe struggle with the physicality and the intensity of South American ball, which is a problem as well. So.
No, and that is a true fact. I'll say this, right? I've seen in my lifetime as a football fan, right, I've seen different Brazilian managers get sacked for so much less. Like this guy, bro. This guy should have been sacked
criminal,
after, bro. After that Copa America, when they lost for penalties against Colombia, that should have been with him getting sacked right there.
He's a criminal, man.
You understand what I'm saying, right? Bro, I've never in my life, bro. I've said it before. I've never in my life ever seen this Brazil be this vulnerable, bro. But Brazil are not vulnerable. They're not a vulnerable nation, bro. Yes, they lose games, but bro, they are usually in South America, bro. They always turn up. And this is the thing with Brazilian
and that's
football.
The biggest game that you could have is Argentina versus Brazil.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Will, right? I've seen different eras of Brazilian teams. I remember the era of Brazil after 2006. I wouldn't necessarily say that team was great. I think they had a good team, right? But I remember that team. They had Kaká, who was world class, who was at Madrid, right? They had, what's his name? Luis Fabiano, who was at Sevilla. They had guys like Elano. You remember they had Elano, what's his name?
I wasn't watching back in 06.
No, Adam, I'm sure knows who
okay, that's what I say.
But this is the thing, right? My point is, the players I'm mentioning right now, Will, right? Some of these guys were not playing for Madrid, Barcelona, all these clubs, right? In the 2010 World Cup, guys like Fabiano was playing for Seville. Elano was playing for, I think, Santos. Robinho was at Santos, right? What's his name? Remember the Leon player? What's his name again? Is it Bastos? Michel Bastos? Oh, yeah. I think it's Michel Bastos, right? He was also in that team, right? He was in Lyon. Bro, apart from, I guess, Kaká and maybe even guys like Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva was, I think, was at AC Milan at the time, right?
Yeah.
But that team wasn't really a team full of like world-class players playing for Madrid, Barcelona, Manchester City, Manchester United, Bayern Munich, all those clubs. They had a few players that were playing for those clubs, yes, right? But all of those teams, you still feared those Brazilian teams because you understood it's Brazil. It doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter if they are players if the whole squad plays for Barcelona, but it's Brazil. It's Brazil, bro. Even in 2014, Will, I'm telling you, you watched 2014 World Cup. In the 2014 World Cup, when that World Cup came in, I'm not gonna lie, I saw their squad and I didn't think they were gonna win the World Cup. However, I didn't think they would lose by 7 goals. And also, I thought, listen, hey, at least they might make a semi-finals at the least. Because they're still Brazil in their World Cup. So they will still do well. You understand what I'm saying?
But
and they did.
you know what it is, like I think with Brazil as well is and this is why I blame the federation, right? Is like when you look at Copa Libertadores, right? Like Brazilian teams dominate Copa Libertadores, but a lot of their managers aren't Brazilian, bro. Like if we're being quite honest, bro, Brazil has not put out amazing managers. I think something like it's almost 80%, I think, of every national team in South America is being managed by an Argentinian. And I mean that's just kind of damning, right? And the majority of the managers in the Brazilian league are Portuguese. I mean, sometimes you just have to say it like it is. They tried to do it with who was the manager before Dorival, bro? What's his name? I think it was like,
is it Tite?
Yeah, that was good. Tite.
He was a decent manager. Like he was solid.
He was actually a good manager.
He was solid.
Yeah.
And a lot of people crucified him, and now they're asking, bro, why do we sack Tite for this, bro? Like, let's speak quite honestly.
Crazy thing. He actually, I'll be honest, he might in the 2022 World Cup, they lost to Croatia and all that. But brother, I'm not gonna lie, that Brazilian team that he had, that team was very hard to beat.
Yo, like Omar, do you remember, bro, when Gabriel Jesus was first coming through? Like,
bro, do you remember that World Cup qualifier in 2018? They won every game. They won every game, Will. Remember? Every game.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I thought back then, I thought Gabriel Jesus was the guy. Like, I thought he was
the guy.
He was moving different. Yo, like when he first went to Man City and all those, I thought they had. I remember it was Sunday, Gabriel Jesus and Sterling. I thought, I'm not gonna lie, Jesus sold me dreams, bro. I was like, oh my God,
you know what? It's not just you, because even me, I'm not gonna lie. When he arrived and he scored on his debut, his second
for Brazil.
Game, I thought, yo, who is this kid? Yo, this kid is just coming to
That's the first time. You know what's crazy, Omar? That's the first time I ever heard of Palmeiras was because of Gabriel Jesus. I didn't know shit about no Palmeiras. I don't watch South American football. I'm like, who the hell is this from Man City? Like Palmeiras, all right, fair enough. You know, the guy always looks like he's crying all the damn time. He's a baller. and yo, like that Brazil team, oh my days. Yo, that shit was so crazy. And I mean, it's like what like RSM said with like the fact that like Tite, that he gets like crucified because they underperformed. But like the qualifier, bro, like they were cooking. Like they would have never put in a performance like this. Like
Brazil almost always ended up first in the qualifiers. I mean, even last qualifiers, bro, they ended up first. They were going for the points record ever had in South American qualifiers. They would
always be one of the first teams to qualify.
And within 4 years, all of its class. I do like that's what I'm saying. I agree with it because let's be quite honest. I think, and I'd love to hear what Will thinks about this. I was saying this to Omar. I think the way that this team should play is I don't think that they have the technical quality anymore to dominate games through possession, right? To pass the ball around 1-2s. I don't think that they have that right now. And maybe we change that in the future. But I think right now, the best thing to do, right, is to one, call Santos in. I think a midfield of Santos, Esteval, right, and put in Jolinton or Guimaraes, right, as a more physical midfielder in there. Yeah, there you go. Play on the fast break, play on the counter. That's where I feel like Vinny and Rafinha would shine the most, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe at least for Brazil, because then you take away the pressure that I feel Vinny has in his own mind, where he feels he needs to do what Neymar has been doing, which is create and score. But Vinny doesn't have that. He's not Neymar, bro, unfortunately. I think Vinny has a goal scoring, which is why when you look at him from Madrid, right? Madrid's basically telling him, we don't need you in the build-up, bro. You don't need to be all involved in the build-up, right? Hold the width. We're going to get you one-on-one and then try to do something there. That's it. That's all you need to do. And then we'll get people around you if need be, right? I think for Brazil, they got to do the same thing. They got to let Rafinha and Vinny hold the width, play on the counter on the
Yeah,
fast
the
break,
thing is,
and
though,
they'll cook everybody, bro.
but the thing is though, RSM. So okay, so two things, right? So one, I don't like. So I can't see Esteval and like Andre getting like. Well, no, not Andre. Sorry. Well, no, is it like Andre Santos, right? The midfielder.
Andre Santos, yeah.
Yeah. But first off, he's balling out in France. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't think that they'll ever get an opportunity underneath this manager.
No, obviously not. No.
Yeah, because one, his job is on the line, so he's gonna go with more experienced players.
Yeah,
and
of course.
I think when you think of Brazil, it's kind of similar to like when you think of Barcelona, right? Like, and Omar would tell us this, right? Like at Barcelona, they want to win, but they also want to win the Barcelona way. They don't want to just win playing like they want to see some sexy football, and they're. But I feel like that's kind of
possession, hold on to the ball, could snuff out the other team.
And like
the thing is, like I agree that's what they want, but bro, they don't have the team for that, man. They don't.
Wait, hold on. But RSM, they do. It's the issue is the selection, right? So for example, look at that double pivot, right? Andre and Joe Linton. Why did this guy not start?
Dead,
okay, why?
That's a dead double pivot.
Well, Guimaraes was suspended. But imagine if you had Bruno Guimaraes and then they had Ederson on the bench. Right, that's a very technical pivot, and then I know that Neymar is injured, but now imagine now you have Neymar in that 10. That's a midfield that can control and dictate the tempo of games. It's just down to the selection and then who's available.
But the thing is, even with that midfield, bro, I'm telling you right now, we've already seen variations of that midfield or close enough to it, where I'm telling you, man, the first touch is not there. The technicality is not there. You want to play the Brazilian way. It's just not there, bro.
No, wait, bro. But that's because of the manager, right? I don't think I've ever seen.
No, bro. It's the players. They're not the same, bro. They used to have Kaká in the midfield, bro. They're not the same level.
I will say this though. This manager, since he's come in, right? Because the steep decline that we saw once this manager came in, right? I'm sorry. When Tite left the Brazilian squad, right? The team that they have now is relatively similar to the team that he left, right?
No, because there was a manager before Dorga, but after Tite, bro.
But I'll say this, right? I believe that with a good manager, I'm not saying they're going to be incredible, but I think that they can do way better than they're doing now, for sure.
No,
you understand what I'm saying, right?
I'm gonna bring it up because I know
good enough, man. He's making them worse than they look in my eyes.
This is exactly. Hold up. It was Diaz. That's what it was. It was Fernando Diaz, and Diaz was in charge. I think of that point in time, he was in charge of Fluminense, right? And they hired him because they said, okay, it didn't work out with Tite, right? So let's get somebody in who is going to be letting them play the Brazilian way, right? Because Fluminense had a lot of success where he was playing what people deemed to be the Brazilian way, right? He was the only Brazilian manager that had found any level of success in the Brazilian league. So they thought, let's give him charge of the national team, right? Let's see what he can do. Let the players play. Let them play the Brazilian way. It was bad, bro. I don't know what you want me to say. It was. Let me see this. Let me see his record, bro. He was not good. That's why he got sacked too. Yeah. So Diaz, right? The manager from Brazil, they hired for Brazil to play the Brazilian way, like you're saying, right? A lot of the lineups are the ones that exactly the same ones that people wanted. 6 games, 2 wins, 1 loss, 3 defeats.
Damn.
That's playing the Brazilian way, right? That he set the team up exactly like he did in Fluminense. The issue was, and again, what I'm saying is the technical quality in the midfield isn't there, bro. They don't have anybody. And the front line, if we're being quite honest, I don't think Vinny is very techie, respectfully, bro, compared to what would be expected of somebody who needs to be there the Brazilian way, right? You look at Neymar, you look at Vinny.
No, that I agree with. Because like Vinny does have tech, but not compared.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Vinny does, but like the standard I'm putting is like the Brazilian.
Yeah.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like, so in that sense, I think that's what I'm saying. He would be more suited to a system where he just gets the ball in behind, or he gets the ball to feet, holding the width, and he just has to focus on the one-on-one.
Yeah. But I don't think we'll ever see Brazil. I'm telling you, because this. But
the thing is, like, bro, like,
they're giving the
ball to Vinny basically in the halfway line, asking him to cook like he's Neymar. He's not.
Yeah.
No, but I hear you. So this is what I'm gonna say because I do want to move on to the next topic. But I'll say this.
Did you guys speak on Enzo Baller? Sorry, go ahead.
We'll talk about Enzo. Enzo because we have talked about Brazil, but we'll talk about Enzo for sure, right? Because listen, we're gonna go to Madrid. We're gonna go to Madrid.
Somebody's girl, man.
And I know when you talk about Enzo, you're gonna bring the Madrid thing. Here's the thing,
What a
right?
player.
Here's the thing. I agree with everything that both of you say. You guys make valid points, right? I just think that when it comes down to Brazilian football, it's a start state of affairs, but dude, they need to clean it. And here's the thing, Will. I also want you to understand.
Edison was injured, the goalkeeper, and Allison was injured as well. No,
that brother Bento.
I think you're talking about Edison in the midfielder.
No. Well, remember, there's two Edersons. The goalkeeper.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Atalanta's Edison and Man City's Edison.
Yeah.
No, I was just like answering somebody in your comment section.
Okay, yeah. That's what I was saying. But I'll say this, right? When it comes to Brazilian football, this happened, I think, in the 80s, right? When they were playing the beautiful game, the Jogo Bonito. But this is the problem.
Yeah.
In the 80s, right? That team, they had like guys like Zico, Socrates. I know you don't know these names, but this was like a golden generation.
I know the names. I just never watched.
Yeah, but this was like a golden generation. But that golden generation never won a World Cup. You understand what I'm saying? Why? Because yes, they played the Jogo Bonito way, but brother, it wasn't working against teams like Italy around that time, or France, or Germany around that time, right? In the World Cup in 94 in the United States, right here, right, Will, they completely changed. Brazil changed the entire system. They were not playing Jogo Bonito when they came here, right? They were playing high aggressive, high attacking, aggressive, bullying kind of football. Guys like Dunga in the midfield. You understand what I'm saying, right? And they absolutely bullied their way to that World Cup. Yeah, a lot of people didn't like that team that won the World Cup in 94, but guess what, bro? They won the World Cup.
They won it.
Didn't matter. You understand what I'm saying, right? So I think what Anderson is saying,
you said the same thing about Barca then.
So maybe they might need to change. Maybe step away from like
that's the level though. Is that like Barca have the ability to have an academy though, so they can produce players that play a certain way. But like Brazil's kind of cooked. That's like,
listen. I do want to talk about Argentina though, right? And specifically Enzo, because here's the thing, bro. I'm not gonna lie, Enzo, that was probably the best performance I've seen for Enzo. And I'm not gonna say this now. I'm gonna say this now because RSM, you are here. You're a Chelsea fan. So
I almost cried on stream, bro. Like when
I'm gonna say this now. Will, here's the thing. I know because I'm obviously I watch American Waffle and I also watch. I'm obviously in the Football Mania panel, right? I know that you've always had stocks, but you kind of I think you sold your stocks earlier this year, bro. So what you got stocks,
I wanted to cash in on, but Enzo stocks I've always held.
Just like he held on to the Trent stocks, man. Don't believe him, bro. He's in it for a reason, man. He's in it for a reason.
Bro, that I wanted to cry on stream last night. I'm doing my watch along. I got maybe like 200 people in there who they crucify me anytime I talked about, I think Enzo is like the crucial play. I was just so happy that
you're like a talking
about. Like they saw what I've been talking about live. I just felt so vindicated. Like I just want
vindicated
to just hold that because I said, how can you see that assist and then now argue with me? I think Enzo is much better for Argentina than he is for Chelsea, right? Nobody's gonna say that he's been fantastic for Chelsea and that
but this season he has been though. That's what I'm saying. Like people are dumb, and I was saying this too. I was joking around, but I said as soon as that Enzo clip hits the timeline, it's over for Maresca, bro. That's what I said. Like, because people are gonna blame Maresca, but the reality is that like Enzo was making these kind of plays at the beginning of the season when we were in our good run of form, bro. Enzo was cooking. He was doing good. He was good. I remember that Villa game. He cooked Villa, bro. Yes. He sauteed Villa, man. And the issue is with the injuries and stuff that we have, being quite honest, nobody, and I mean nobody on the Chelsea team is making that McAllister run, bro. 0 people on the Chelsea team are making that McAllister run.
But RSM, but you could even tell us, right? How many times have like Enzo set up Chelsea players, but just sold?
They sold. It's the same thing with Palmer, bro. It's the same thing with Palmer, bro. Like Palmer, I think Palmer and Enzo, I think, are top on the list of assists that led to nothing. Like big chances created that led to nothing. Like I think it's one more person and then they're 2 and 3. Like that tells you everything you need to know about our front line and our ability to finish. But I think Enzo's been great. And I've always said like I think the only issue that Enzo faces in the Prem is that with the reason why I think like our best midfield includes Lavia in it is just the simple fact that unfortunately Enzo in the Prem is a bit of a cone. Like he just gets ran by. And Caicedo, and this is an issue as well, right? And the issue is it all cascades, right? So Enzo gets ran by because Caicedo can't be next to him. Caicedo can't be next to him because Caicedo for Chelsea has to hold the backline's hand because our backline is trash. I'm talking about the center backs and the keeper. They're trash. So he has to hold their hand at 24/7. So that not only inhibits Caicedo's ability to go forward. Because look at what he did for Ecuador against Venezuela. Look at the type of passes he was putting in outside the foot, first time into the bro. It was crazy. He doesn't do that for Chelsea because basically Maresca's saying our backline sucks, so you have to hold their hand. And because he's all the way back, he can't help Enzo when Enzo's getting rammed by in the midfield. And that's why it's frustrating because a lot of people blame Enzo, and I think
he's a lot more mobile.
Exactly, but you look for Argentina. Look at the midfield that Enzo has around for Argentina, bro.
Like Rodrigo De Paul, fucking like McAllister, because like they do like the dirty work so that he doesn't have to. But like at Chelsea,
that's my point. Though,
that dirty work.
Exactly, a lot of people don't get that.
That's why when it comes to when Will talks about Enzo, I never see them say, "Oh, Enzo, what are you doing?" Like, you know, when you said you believe Enzo was the Cruz replacement, I never once said, "Really?"
He is. He is.
Because here's the thing with me.
He will be there, RSM.
No, you will not be there. You're not being anywhere. You're not going anywhere. Stay where you are.
I'll say this because I remember when you were talking about it, where I was just sitting there. I was like, "Listen, I think Enzo has a lot of potential. I think Enzo has the potential to be great for sure." Right, but I'll say this, right? I don't see it for Chelsea, but I've seen trace of it at Argentina. And yesterday's game was where I was like, bro, the way he dictated that midfield, yeah, man. Like, here's the thing, right? I said it before. I believe that certain players, when they go to certain leagues, it's like a match made in heaven. And I feel like with Enzo, he's one of those guys. If he comes to La Liga, he's just gonna.
Yeah, it'd be if he came to La Liga,
he would eat La Liga.
Enzo is like one of those guys where, because I still feel like a lot of Chelsea fans, not RSM, but I feel like a lot of Chelsea fans don't really rate him like that, right? Like they still see that big price tag, and then they go at like GA, like, oh well, he's like no GA. But I feel like if they were to sell him to, let's say, like Real Madrid. And I feel like in like a season or two, everybody's like, oh, why did we sell Enzo?
I wouldn't even say a season or two. The thing is, like, Ian, that's what I'm saying. The whole point of what I'm saying, right, where like he gets ran by in the Prem, that doesn't happen because the Liga is not as much of a PMP type of league.
It's a lot more technical.
It's a lot more technical. So in those type of spaces that he would get all over around the field, right? Like in the league, bro, you're facing like, you see some disgusting type of formations defensively. And then you get, or otherwise, you got teams pressing you out your socks in your own half, right? Like, and you have players that are capable of literally going from 0 to 100 on the fast break, and that's where Enzo gets ran by. And it's like, it's a bit difficult because I've always said, like, I think Enzo, it's just about getting the right players around him. And unfortunately, I think Caicedo and Enzo pivot can 100% work. It's just the fact that Caicedo is severely limited by always needing to stay in front of that trash back line and the trash keeper, man.
Yeah. Now, you know what's crazy, bro? I think Enzo Fernandez is so good. I'm going to say this right now, bro. This guy is basically
he's about system ridiculous.
Tattoos, dog. He's Pedri with tattoos. Like, let's not, bro, I'm telling you.
I don't know about that.
I'm telling you, brother. I'm going to say something right now. If you was to put, let's say, if you put Pedri, let's say you swapped Pedri and Enzo Fernandez, Pedri would die at Chelsea. Like, because I don't think he would.
He would die more than Enzo. Maybe I'll give you that.
If you,
I don't think he would die, but I think that he would not. He would not be as rich.
Enzo at Barca, Omar, y'all would still cook.
I believe that if we had Enzo, we would definitely cook.
I'm telling you, this guy, he's.
That's why for me. Oops, sorry.
He's not going to be appreciated until he leaves the Prem. Because the Prem just does not suit him maybe as much as another league would. But for Argentina, because when he plays in South America, because those games are very fast. But it's like what RSM said. He has a better system and better players that are able to help him out. Whereas Caicedo has to worry about so many other things that Enzo is kind of isolated. So, I just wanted to touch on that real quick. But fucking baller.
No, I completely hear that.
None of these Zubamendi talk. I don't want Zubamendi. Go Kemi Enzo.
We're getting Zubamendi, unfortunately. Yeah, he's saying that you guys are getting
no Zubi.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The Enzo thing is gonna be hard on them because, bro, Enzo is in a death row contract, and let's be real.
Yeah, he on death row, baby. That's right. He on death row, bro.
It's gonna take some real.
But the thing is, though, like Chelsea are never going to recoup that money. Like Chelsea have to realize you're never.
No, they won't. But they're not.
No. But that's the thing. We're not going to recoup the money. We're not looking to recoup the money. We're looking to get the length of his contract finished. Like we're just not letting him go. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. Like
that's the thing. You guys, you know what it is, Will, you need a player of Enzo's stature right now. and it's gonna be hard to get a player like him.
Yeah, of course.
I like him
of course,
on your team. And that's the problem, right? So that's why for someone like RSM, he can be comfortable because he's gonna be like, listen, man, you guys need him now. We have him now. He's on a contract, stable, everything looks good. You understand what I'm saying?
It would be that hard to sign Enzo. I
mean, unless he decides.
No, it definitely. The thing is, the issue is
the only issue is whether
the issue is the death row contract. That's what I'm telling you, man. That's what's gonna kill you guys.
Yeah, no.
I mean, they're gonna have to forecast some money even if he decides to.
Exactly.
But I think that
and unfortunately, by the way, your club, you ain't moving like you got money. Let's be real, man.
Nah, but we can't operate like that with Chelsea though, only because of the length. So like, if we do enter, let's say like Fabrizio says that like Real Madrid and Chelsea are speaking over Enzo, then that tells me that we're really that we're ready to pay, because you can't go. We can tell Enzo, yeah, bro, run down that contract and we'll talk in a decade. They like, bro, what the
a decade is crazy.
You see Enzo at Real Madrid in 2036, bro. You have to buy him.
Like, that's what I'm saying. That's where I think the issue lies. Is that like I don't think that you're going to buy him.
If you guys, you know what it is,
you will be able to do it. It won't matter.
Money. So you know,
and also the thing is, Will, you guys have so many other areas that you're working on, and obviously we're gonna get into your first signing next season, right? But you know, you look at like what you guys need in the summer, right? You still need a defender. Right, you've already talked about
this summer. Strictly.
Right, you guys need a defender. Like I think you guys, you said you wanted a midfielder as well, right? So this is the thing. If you guys are going to go for Enzo, that's basically going to be most of your budget right there.
I don't think you guys do. I don't think so.
Really?
Nah.
Wait, my question is, what do you think that you're gonna like? I'm being quite honest. Like they're going to try to charge you 100 mil, bro, because he's too important to the project. So like they're going to overcharge you.
But we see that's the thing though. I don't believe that Enzo is that important. And to be honest, I still don't know what
he is, bro. He is.
I mean, but it's like you said, bro. Like if Lavia was able to stay fit, don't forget Enzo was relegated to the Conference League squad, right?
Okay, but that's because he himself was performing poorly. As soon as he started performing again, he was right back in.
Wait, but also the Lavia injury, right? Like Lavia got injured again. I think if Lavia was able to stay fit, because Lavia was playing really good. If Lavia was able to stay fit, I believe that a majority of Enzo's at least EPL appearances would have been off the bench. And I still don't really know what Chelsea's ownership and board are trying to do, because I like the recruitment, right? But at the same time, we all know what Chelsea need. And I think this summer is going to be a big indicator of the direction that they want to go in, because I still believe that Chelsea are a couple of players away from being serious. But let's say if this summer comes and Chelsea don't go get a striker, they don't get a keeper, they don't sign a top center back, and they're still just buying these.
We're not getting a keeper. We're not getting a keeper.
Well, okay, well, forget the keeper. But let's just say you guys just don't address the obvious issues with a top player, and you guys are still young, talented players that have. Then that would tell me, yo, Chelsea are not really serious about actually competing, which would then tell me that if we go in with 70, 75 M's for Enzo, Chelsea may take that and then they may just reinvest it in other younger talent, if that makes sense. So I just think that it just all depends on what Chelsea do this summer window. Like that'll tell me a lot about what this board wants to do. But I think that we have the money. And I think that
I completely understand all of that. But I'll say this, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, these are all links and all of that. But let's actually talk about one that has been confirmed. You know, the Here We Go has actually been confirmed by Fabrizio Romano yesterday. So, you know, I guess it's
not the official Here We Go, but basically
it's not official, but it's basically it's
like
so yeah, we can
the appetizer, but the steak is coming. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You already know, like it's already been ordered. You know, it's being delivered.
It's like, bro, like right now we're at the table, we're just eating the bread like with the butter.
Yeah, they're just waiting for the bread because you just know, the real course meal is coming.
Bro, you know what I said? You know what I said? I said for Liverpool fans, bro, this is like you're in high school, you feel me? You got your high school sweetheart. You know you're gonna break up once school ends, but you still have to go to prom with them. You feel me? That's what that's like for them, bro. They know that Real Madrid is the guy waiting in college. You feel me? Like,
is she going to a different school?
That's what I'm saying. They know this is the last dance kind of thing.
She going to the University of Florida. It's over, bro. It's over.
Florida. Nah, see, that's crazy. That's crazy. You're a bad person.
Going to Miami. It's over.
Yeah, she got the girl trip to Miami. Nah, but listen,
I
ain't gonna lie. It was crazy. If you look at the tweet, by the way, I don't know if you saw that tweet that came out today. about Fabrizio's comments is nasty word. Let me see if I can find it, bro. Because I can't. Bro, hold on. Let me see.
What tweet? I didn't see a tweet.
Yeah. So no, he did it like it was a tweet from what he said in the video. Yeah. So from Fabrizio, right, that he did on his YouTube channel, he said Real Madrid are very clear with Trent Alexander-Arnold since day one. If you want to join, it has to be on our terms, or else extend with Liverpool or do whatever you want. Trent immediately accepted.
Now, yo, to be fair though,
bro, Liverpool fans are in their mud, bro.
I just want to say this, right? Before I could, because I usually forget some of the things I say, so I just want to say it now. Here's the thing.
That's how we usually operate.
We knew, because we were talking about this, right? You were one of those people who you were very confident that Trent was going to come in for next season. Right? You were one of those people who was guaranteeing it. And listen, I was one of those people where I was like, listen, the fact that Liverpool hadn't renewed Salah, Mane, and Trent's contract, I was like, there's no way all three of them were going to sign at the same time. One of them was going to go. One of them was going to go. And I was looking, I was like, who's the most realistic one to go, right? Salah, if he leaves, will probably go to Saudi. Most likely. That's going to be like his destination, right? Yeah. Van Dijk, doesn't really, until recently when we heard the PSG links, he wasn't really being linked outside of the club. The only one that really makes sense is the Trent one, because the Trent one has been the one that we've been talking about since last season. And the fact that he hasn't really, talked about his future with the club and anything else, for me, it tells me that he kind of is looking at his options outside of Liverpool, right? And that is the thing. Yeah. Liverpool fans are doing whatever they want. Here's the thing with Liverpool fans, right? Liverpool fans overreact. They tried to do the same thing with Gerrard, right? And I get it. Trent Alexander-Arnold, his cows, his this, his that, bro, whatever. Here's the thing, bro. At the end of the day, this guy has achieved his dream. He's won the league down there. He's about to win his second league title. He's already done more than most Liverpool players, legends ever have. He won league titles with them. You understand what I'm saying? 2 of them, right? The guy has won the Champions League, won 2 FA Cups, right? I think 2 FA Cups, right? He's won 2 Carabao Cups.
He's won everything that you should win everything at Liverpool. Yeah,
he's achieved everything with his boyhood club. He now has an opportunity. And this is the thing, bro. I'm a Barca fan. I'm not happy that they're signing a player like Trent. But this is the thing, bro. He's achieved everything he wanted at Liverpool. He now has a life. He wants to now cement his legacy as one of the greatest right backs of all time. And I've always said this. You see players who have aspirations to be the greatest of all time in their positions.
Yeah.
They always wind up at Barca or Madrid, because that is where you cement yourself. Yeah, that is where you go. When you go there and you make it there, you become one of the best players in Real Madrid and Barcelona, you cement yourself as one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Right? Yeah. Because some people might always say, he was one of the best. He was one of the best. Cristiano Ronaldo, this guy was at the top of the world at Manchester United. Guess what, bro? When Madrid came calling, bro, he pushed for that move. He was at Manchester United at that time, were one of the best teams in the world.
He had no reason to leave. He stayed one more year at Manchester United only out of respect for Sir Alex Ferguson, because that's
my point, bro. He won the Champions League. Remember, this is the thing, Will. You don't remember it, but I remember this. I'm telling you now. In 2008, Real Madrid were in a decline of a lifetime. This was after the Galacticos, right? You guys were not doing well, bro. There was a time you guys were getting knocked out.
That before Perez came in, right?
No, that was Perez's first run, and he resigned. You understand what I'm saying? He resigned because at the end of the day, you know what what he did was, the first Galacticos, he was basically buying players for the sake of revenue, resources, attraction, all of this, right? And as a result, bro, the squad became so crowded and so many players in like the same positions that it became a mess. He resigned. He could not deal with the pressure anymore, right? He came back in 2009, right? But in 2008, when Cristiano Ronaldo won the Ballon d'Or and won the Champions League that season, right? Real Madrid came calling. Real Madrid were not in a good place at that time. But it shows you the pull that Madrid had, that when the moment that Madrid were in his ear, he said, I'm going to Madrid.
Yeah, goodbye.
He didn't care, bro. He was like, they're declining. I'm going to help them go back up. You understand what I'm saying, right? And he stayed that season at Manchester United. Next season, everybody in their dog knew after that final whistle was blown in that Champions League final against Barca, he was done. Everyone knew. He was like, he's finished. He's gone, right? But this is the thing. Trent Alexander-Arnold now looks at it now where he's like, bro, I want to now cement my legacy as one of the greatest right backs of all time. Yes, I've done it in the Premier League. But if I go to Madrid and I win titles at Madrid, La Ligas, Champions Leagues. As one of the best right backs in the world, bro, I've cemented my legacy as one of the
And
greatest
also,
right backs.
Omar, if we're being quite honest, like respectfully, I saw a lot of Liverpool fans being like, "Oh, so you care more about your player legacy than your Liverpool legacy?" Come on, man. This whole era of player loyalty has been dead for a long time, bro.
Bro, let me tell you something. You see me, yeah?
Bro, let's be honest, bro.
Maybe it's
They
because I'm
talk
an
about
older,
Gerrard and
I don't know,
Gerrard
maybe it's
stayed.
because I'm an
If
older
y'all didn't
generation.
put a gun to his family's head, he would have came to Chelsea.
Bro, this is my point. See, these people don't understand, bro. You see me, yeah? I'm different. You see a guy like Neymar. I loved Neymar at my club. I didn't want
Shout out
Neymar,
Neymar, man, every time.
I really do now. I really didn't want him to leave. But bro, when he
I'll
had his
never
mind
see him
made up, when he had his mind made up to leave, right? I was like,
Yeah.
all right, cool. All right, cool. He wanted to be the main star. He wanted to be the main guy. He felt like while Messi was there, he was never going to be the main guy. All right, cool. You
It's a
want
fact. You're gonna get the
to
credit.
do that? All right, cool, man.
Yeah.
All luck to you, man. Go to PSG. Let's see what you do down there. You understand what I'm saying, right? I'm never going to be this guy where I'm going to be like, oh, you're Judas, or you're this, or you're that, or you ruin your legacy. No, the guy has a legacy at the club.
And then, mind you, right, like the biggest thing that I hear a lot of Liverpool fans talk about is they're not really upset that he's leaving. It's the fact that it's for nothing. Now,
Yes.
they're saying that he's a snake because he's been planning this and whatnot. But I don't understand, like the incompetence that we're seeing at Liverpool is just mind-boggling. Because the thing that's so crazy to me is actions speak louder than words. If this guy is not signing a new deal, what does that tell you? And I use the analogy of if you're texting a girl and you want to go on a date with her, but she's answering like a day later, one-word responses, you know what I'm saying, super dry. Does she need to tell you that she's not interested? No. You just know because
my man said, take the hint. He said, take the hint.
Last season, and this is why last season, or last summer, I don't remember if you were in the group chat back then.
No.
Like around like the July time. Do you remember?
No, I wasn't there at the time, bro.
All right. When Chelsea banished Conor Gallagher, right? It was a whole big fight in the group chat because I said Chelsea have done the right thing because Conor Gallagher was going to try and sit there for 1 year and run out his deal and then go wherever he wants. And then when Chelsea told him to fuck off and they let and you know he was training like with the under fives and when this guy had to change like in his car,
I don't know, he wanted to be paid the same as Enzo Fernandez.
Bro, I don't care what he wanted. The fact that he wouldn't sign a new deal, you have to force these players out. And if Liverpool operated like how Chelsea did, then they wouldn't be in this predicament. So now you can hold that, right? If you're Trent Alexander-Arnold, you're looking around. The future of Liverpool is very unknown, right? He's looking at Salah not getting a new deal, Van Dijk not getting a new contract. Arne Slot comes in, and yes, he's going to win the Premier League, fantastic achievement, but he wasn't even backed. When do you bring in a new manager, and in their first summer window, you don't give him anything? Like, Liverpool are a very unambitious club. I tell you, they are happy with top 4, right? Now, what I will give FSG credit for is that they know how to hire a manager, right? Jurgen Klopp came in, worked miracles, and now Arne Slot looks like he's going to be a very good coach for them as well. But Liverpool do not operate like a club that wants to actually win, right? They operate like a club that just wants to be in the UCL, and if they win, it's a bonus, right? Again, Trent has come through. He's achieved everything that there is to at this club. And I don't think it's even that serious, to be honest. Like, outrage online is not real life outrage. Brother, I tell you, when Trent retires, or even if Trent comes back to Madrid, not play for them, but let's say he goes and visit his family next year, right? Like on international break. And if he gets spotted at fucking Tesco or Nando's, any one of them damn stores in Liverpool, he's going to get mobbed and everybody's going to want a picture. And nobody's gonna tell him nothing. No, like
it's the old heads that are pissed too. If we're being quite honest, bro. It's the old heads that are pissed. Be real, man.
Bro, you know what it is? Here's the thing, bro. We understand as fans, we are different. We are loyal to our clubs.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying, right? That is natural. I'm loyal to Barcelona. RSM is loyal to Chelsea. Will is loyal to Real Madrid, right? We will always say and do things that is beneficial to the club because you want to know why? Because players come and go, managers come and go. Basically, generations come and go. We will still be here, and that's fine. But here's the thing with me, bro.
Leave my club, bro.
I am different. See, because I'm a Barca fan, I understand that, no player is bigger than the club. If you, this is what I mean. Well, I've seen Ronaldinho and I've seen Lionel Messi leave my club.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen Messi, the greatest player of all time, at his best years, just up and left.
Yeah.
Right?
Bro, same thing with
I've seen Messi leave, bro. My attachment to players is not that deep. Because I'm just like, bro, anybody can leave. If Messi could leave and I moved on, bro, anyone can leave. Yeah. And I will move on. Right?
Well, I'll be hurt maybe. Like, and the thing is, I remember, so when I was doing my live stream, somebody was in the chat like, oh, well, if this was one of your players, then you would be mad at them. I said, no. No, of course. And I would be mad, but not at the player. I would be mad at the club. I would be mad at Perez and the board because I'm thinking, for example, Vinicius, 2 years left on his deal. If we get to that last year and he's not extending, sell him. Same thing with Lunin. Lunin entered this season with 12 months left on his contract. I was pissed that he was still here. I said, the summer window just closed. Why is this guy now? Luckily, he did sign a new deal.
Same thing with me and De Jong, Will.
Bro, like if you're not trying to sign a new deal,
I've literally came to my channel and said, bro, I'm sick and tired of the De Jong talk. Sell this guy now, bro. I love De Jong, but brother, I can't deal with this stress anymore. Every season, is he signing? Is he not signing?
Yeah.
Just sell him,
bro. Like we're not in the business. Bro. Well, you know the thing is because I know that a lot of other clubs seem to just let their players' contracts run down, but we're not in that kind of business, and I just don't like the narrative that people paint of like Real Madrid just being like these big evil villains that come in and just take your best players. Bro, here's the thing.
Bro, if the player's available, you go take him,
bro. We just capitalize off of other teams' incompetence. Like, we did not go to Trent 4 years ago and tell him to run his contract down, bro. Now, I'm not saying that we didn't contact his agent maybe when he had 2 years left and said, yo, what's Trent thinking about with – I'm pretty sure that talks did happen.
Yeah, they give him the idea.
Players do anything.
You know what it is, Will? They put it in the air. They talk to his agent and say, listen, what's the deal with your client's contract? Is he signing a new deal? And basically just bring it to the player's ear that, yo, Madrid are watching. You know when you just have that idea, oh, yeah, Madrid are there? Oh, word? All right, cool. So now I know I have options. You understand what I'm saying, right? And that's what sometimes it is. It's not about tapping the player up. It's not a tap up. You're not talking straight to the player. You're just asking. Because when you have the idea, because sometimes a player may not know when they're valued. If the player knows that, yo, Madrid are looking at me, Barca are looking at me, this club is looking at me. Now they realize, oh, wow, I actually have options. You understand what I'm saying? I need to actually take my time before I actually sign this deal.
Hey, look, Omar, I bet you that more teams start moving like Chelsea. I guarantee you that we start seeing them.
Bro.
I bet you that we start. Hey, look,
no doubt, bro. Ain't no
doubt. We're having this conversation about free agency and players right now. RSM don't even look stressed. RSM like, yo, look, like all my top players is here till 2034. So,
bro, this is what I'm saying. Bro, and you know what? Will is so correct because I remember last season when everybody was like, bro, Chelsea, keep Palmer warm for us. Manchester United coming for him in the sun. And then he signed another 3 years. Bro, he's here for life.
Yeah.
I'm not worried.
You know
he leaves if we want him to leave.
Will, look at when Barcelona, when we saw our VIP stands, right? And we had the 101 rule. What was the first thing Barca did? Did we go to the transfer window and start signing players? No. We went to our players, to our key players like Pedri, Yamal, what's his name? Araujo, all our key players who we want to stay, bro. Gave him long-term contract. No, we are not going through none of this free agency, talking to the players.
You remember, bro, because Omar, you remember before Pedri got that deal, I was like, yo, Omar, what Pedri contract?
Exactly, bro, because he said,
yo, what's that?
No, because you know what it is, bro, it's incompetence. When it comes down to it, it's incompetence from these clubs. Listen, I've said it before, man. At the end of the day, if Trent had his mind confused, like this is the thing. Sometimes players don't tell a club when they are going to sign or not. You know why?
Yeah,
because if a player tells the club, yo, I am not signing a new deal, and my contract runs out next season, the club will sell him in that summer. So
but he doesn't tell you that. The fact that you're now like entering your last 12 months.
We know that. We know.
We were
you
negotiating
remember
for
when
2
you
years.
signed Mbappe, right? He had a signing-in bonus. These players want that signing bonus. You understand what I'm saying, right? And that's why sometimes they don't even they just say, well, maybe
Nah,
not.
nope. Because here's my thing. Negotiations, let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
It don't take that long, right? Like you can get a negotiation done in like a week, bro. Like this is why these players have the agents. The agents talk to the players, right? They find out how much money does the player want, and then they try and go to the club and work out the details and meet in like the middle. Like if we're negotiating for like 3 years, buddy, and now you're in the final 12 months. Negotiations are now over. Fuck off. Okay?
Bro, look at
You're not a part of the squad. Your key card is getting declined, right? You're training with the under 7-year-olds.
Bro, that's what we did to Gallagher. That's literally what we did to Gallagher.
You're not even a footballer no more. You're a nanny.
Bro, that's literally what we did to Gallagher.
Like with the under 6-year-olds. Like, brother, that's what I'm telling you. I swear, if Vinicius comes down, and the thing is, let's say hypothetically, let's go into a dream alternative universe. Let's say Vinicius leaves Real Madrid on a free and goes to Barcelona.
That's criminal, bro.
I would be heated. Now, mind you, he would be hated, by the way. But
no, it won't happen, bro. Perez will sell. Let me tell you something. Perez will sell Vinny for €1 to what's his name? Manchester United before he lets this guy go out.
Now wait, but what I'm saying is, if that was to happen, of course, I would be annoyed. Like, no, I would be mad at Vinicius, but my main energy of anger would be towards the board because you allowed this to happen. Once he got down,
that's understandable though.
Sell the player, bro. Like you can recruit or start to plan without this player. Like you don't need to bet. And again, that's like with PSG, right? We all knew that Mbappe wanted Madrid. Like, and the thing is, Mbappe told them that he was not.
And also, this is why PSG was stupid. Real. This is why PSG was stupid. Because you remember when they signed Messi? That season, Real Madrid came with a €200 million bid. And they rejected it.
Yeah.
And he might have signed a contract at the end of the season. But brother, that was literally the money. Because
But you remember Omar. So after that season, so the next summer, right?
Yeah, he signed a new deal, but it was 2 years. And
it was 2 years. But it technically was only 1 year. But he had a player option. And he told them a year before, when he had 12 months, he told them, I'm not extending my deal. And then I swear we came back in for him. And they didn't tell us. Yep, that's true. And then you still had PSG fans. So this is why.
The funny thing is, you look at PSG now, right? PSG having a good season this season.
Nah, to be fair, they look a lot better without him.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They're looking a lot better. They should have taken the money. Just take the money and just sell him last season.
Yeah.
It would have worked out bro.
Nah, but this is what I'm saying though, right? Like with Trent, he was in a lose-lose situation. Like if any other option aside from extending with Liverpool, the fans are going to always be. Imagine if Trent came out last summer and said, "I'm requesting a transfer." They'd have cooked him, called him a snake.
He was getting cooked, man.
Yeah, so the fact that he was leaving, regardless, they were always going to find something to bitch about. So look, fuck it, bro. You're going to be in Madrid. You're going to be playing with Jude. You're going to be overlapping with Rodrigo.
Bro, did y'all see that one? I saw this one that was like a meme tweet where it was like,
he
wanted to go to Madrid because he wanted the Latina girlfriend. Oh man!
Hey, look, bro, I'm excited. Like, bro, I am excited.
You can't like, bro. The guys live in Liverpool for Madrid. Like, respectfully, bro. Forget about Madrid, the club, bro.
The only way that I would understand how some of these fans are going in on him is if he would have went to like Manchester United or Arsenal.
Oh yeah.
Like an Owen, you're saying?
Yeah, because it's like, all right, bro. Like, you're gonna go join one of the ops, like one of the top 6. Yeah, like okay. So like then I would get it, but then I would still say it's more so your board's fault for letting it even get down to that situation. But I would get it more. This guy is leaving the country. You're not gonna have to play unless it's in the UCL. Yeah. Like so it's not like he's gonna be even affecting you aside from maybe a UCL competition that you could draw, like Real Madrid. So look, I pray to God that we get Liverpool next season in the my date.
So Will, I know we're talking about obviously Liverpool's reaction, but I really want to know, right? as far as you're concerned, right? Obviously, this is the move that you wanted. This move, like, how do you think? Like, how do you feel about this move? And also, how do you think he's gonna do in his first season?
Yeah. So I think it's a great move, right? Like when you have a player like Trent of that level available for free, I think every club in the world should have been contacting his agent to see if he'd be interested.
Funny, Will, before you continue, I saw something today when I was doing my, you remember the show I did live I was doing earlier today, where I was on Twitter. Someone tried to write, oh, Deco was talking to Trent's agent and all that. I'm like, bro, that's BS. Okay.
Nah, but the thing is, though, I wouldn't be surprised if Barca did maybe contact.
You know why I'm saying that? Because Trent is actually, I know this for sure, because I remember him saying this live on an interview. He even said Barcelona, apart from Liverpool, Barcelona is like his second favorite team. So I know that if we were serious about trying to bring him in, he might have considered, especially this season.
Well, but the thing is, though, I just don't think that you have the money to make a serious competitive offer, like if that makes sense. Because like the signing on bonus and like the wages, but I think Barcelona 100% did contact his agent. I feel like you would not be doing your due diligence as a board member or whoever the hell's in charge of that stuff if you don't try and see if Trent would want to join you. But I think it's going to be a good move for him. I think he's going to do very well in La Liga, especially now that he's going to be in a much slower.
He'll be doing bids for y'all, man. He's going to be good.
Yeah, bro, he's going to have a lot more time on the ball. I think the only issue that I have is that I feel like defending in the Prem is a lot easier than defending in La Liga, because in the Premier League, it's a lot of pace and power, right? But in La Liga, you can get properly cooked by like a very technical player, like where he's not even fast.
Like a guy like Brian Zaragoza would absolutely cook him.
So that makes me nervous. Is how, because we all know Trent is not world class for what he does off the ball. Okay, so now I don't know who the manager is going to be next season. Whether it's Carlo he stays for his final year, or whether it's Xabi Alonso, I don't know who it is, but we need to employ a system that will protect him when he overlaps, and that should just be the standard, regardless, right? Like when Carvajal used to overlap, you'd have Valverde that would drop deep to just protect that space. So as long as we just have the system that allows Trent to attack sometimes with some cover, then I think that it's gonna be bro. I'm telling you.
No, going forward, Will, I'm telling you right now, bro, I am worried for next season.
But the one thing is, though, Omar, that makes me a little bit annoyed is that Trent is such a good crosser, right? Good at free kicks. We have no aerial threats, right? There's no Joselu.
Yeah, right? If you guys have Joselu, imagine in games where you are being like a block, bro. It would have been so perfect.
Omar, Fran Garcia at left back and then Trent at right back. Oh, my. Yo, the crosses, bro. Like that would
crazy.
Bring back what's his name? Morata, man. Alvaro Morata on the bench.
And bro, and this is what I was trying to say when we let host. I remember I did a stream with Staffy when Mbappe was announced, and I was like, "Yo, but Joselu left," and he's like, "Bro, you signed. Like, don't gaslight. You're talking about Joselu." I'm like, brother, you have to realize, right? It's about having something different off the bench. Like,
it's like look at City,
because like playing on the ground has been a struggle for us this season. Imagine if we had Joselu. Huh?
Atletico striker, Alexander-Arnold. He's literally the perfect. He's like the Joselu. He's there.
Bro, Sorloth cooked us. He scored 4 goals on us last season.
Bro, he scored every time we played them this season. Every time Barca play Atletico, he scored.
You know what I would do for Alexander Sorloth to be at Real Madrid?
I don't need to hear what you would do, bro.
Despicable thing.
I mean, these guys are Gerard.
I knew you. That's what I said. I didn't want to hear what you would do.
This guy, and again, I don't really want any attacking signings. I think that the priority needs to be the back line. But if I could ask for one attack, and it doesn't even have to be a big name player, right? Go get me an aerial threat that I can whip crosses into in games where I'm struggling to break teams down, right? Like, go get me. I would take Chris Wood from Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, Chris Wood.
Just a big guy that would be up top. Man. I could whip cross because that's something that Trent does very well. But who is he whipping the ball into? Mbappe is 5'10". Vinny's like 5'8". Rodrigo's 5'8". Brother, I used to see us score headers for fun. I used to have Ronaldo in the box. Bale, Benzema could score headers. Fucking hell. Like, the only time that we're a threat aerially is on corners. Like, and then even if you want to make a sub, you're bringing on Endrick. He's like 5'6".
Yeah, he's like very tiny.
There's nothing like so teams don't have to defend.
Oh yeah, what about wait? Would you take Osasuna striker Budimir?
Ooh, you know, okay,
so
so
Muric from Mallorca, he's another tall giant like striker. Like he's a bully.
That's true. It's true. I
like,
mean,
he's one of those guys. If you guys had him in the bench crossing the ball, ooh, bro, he would.
I might have to scout him tomorrow.
I mean, remember when Barca had Luke De Jong? Bro, that's why I used to love Luke De Jong as a lone player, bro. Because brother, all we needed
that was a random signing too. That was so random.
But that was Koeman, bro. Of course, Koeman.
Yeah.
It didn't surprise me. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, you know what's funny? When Koeman was there, he was poor. But when Xavi came in, he actually brought the best out of Luke De Jong. He was just he was just the Adama Traore, just cross it, lump the ball to what's his name, to De Jong. And De Jong will literally score headers, late winners, every single. I'm like, yo!
How do you guys think that Trent's gonna do though? Like, Arsene, bro, like, what are you saying, bro? Like, do you think Trent's gonna be a success? Like, do you think that he made the right move, basically?
I think he made the right move in terms of if he's looking at a future where he wants to win trophies and stuff. Yeah, 100% he made the right move. Do I think like I agree. I think he's defensively fragile. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think but that's why I think you guys are gonna make a move for a center back though. That's the thing. Like, yeah, Trent's always been a liability for Liverpool defensively. That's never not been a thing, but they've still been able to win because I mean, look at the profile center backs that they have, which is why I think Madrid is accounting for that. I mean, like you've been linked to like a good amount of center backs this summer, and I think that's because you want to cover for Trent's weaknesses because what he can offer going forward is worth the defensive weaknesses if you can cover it. So I think he'll do fine. I think he's gonna be one of those players that is just gonna be like a game winner for you guys. As annoying as it is, you have like so many players that are just like can call game by themselves. He's gonna be one of them. I mean, I think it's going to be very very good. Maybe he'll take like an adjusting period, but I don't think it'll be anything serious. I think
I'll be honest. I think that he will struggle personally for me. Will I think that
he struggles since like his first few
when you guys are playing like
his first few games. I don't think it'll be like a whole season of him being mid though before he gets good.
I think that when you play against our attack, when he's defending, he's gonna need help for sure because our wingers will. Let's say next season, let's say if we sign someone like Nico Williams, I think he will struggle against the Nico Williams going forward defensively, right? However, going forward, he's gonna be a menace. I get that, like his long passes, bro, even his short passes, like his vision is gonna be ridiculous. And here's the thing. We talk about like some of your other signings that you want. Like we know that even in defense, right? I know Saliba is the one that people are talking about, but I've seen recently you guys have been linked to Hausen.
Oh my God! Please.
Like, would you take him?
Yes. Pay the release clause.
Why would he not, man?
Pay the release clause. But the thing is, though, I don't view Hausen as the starter for us if we do sign him next season. I feel like he'll have to come off the bench because I don't think that he would get in.
He would take it, to be honest. I
don't think that he would get in.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna come in and expect. Oh yeah, I'm coming in and just start.
Yeah. But like he will be a starter, just not week in week out.
Eventually.
Yeah.
I mean, listen. At the end of the day, there's a lot of stuff that will be happening. I think what's his name? I saw your video earlier today. Apparently, what's his name? Asensio is about to sign a new deal at your club, or he's just signed a new deal. Raul Asensio.
Did he?
No, Will. I was asking you.
Yeah, I think that you guys are breaking up for me.
It looks like he's lagging, man.
Yeah, it's just lagging. But you can still hear us or not?
Yeah, I can hear you guys now, but it was lagging for me. So
I was just asking about. I said I saw earlier this video. I saw earlier your video on Raul Asensio signing a new deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that's good. That's good. At the end of the day, for you guys, it's definitely good because I do believe that he definitely has high potential. And listen, at the end of the day, man, the Spanish team is just getting better and better every single time, bro. Now they've got Kubashi, they've got Rahausen, and now they've got what's his name, Asensio too, bro. I'm telling you, man, the Spanish team. By the time 2030 World Cup comes around, bro, that team is going to be a joke. Yeah. That team is going to be a joke. You know what's crazy? The one thing that they're actually missing right now is probably like a number 9 who can put the goals at the back of the net, like 20 goals a season every single season, right? They don't have that Torres or like the Villa in their team anymore. They don't have that kind of player. Well, who knows, man? Like you see Barcelona have what's his name? Tony Fernandez, who's like, I think he's Spanish. He's a very highly rated striker, right? Who knows? Maybe he might come in and he might break into the Barca team. I'm not saying he's gonna come in and just start every game, but he's a guy who's been highly rated for a while. So if he could maybe become their feature striker, then
Yep.
Will is actually. I think maybe he might come back.
The Wi-Fi.
But
He's having a
listen,
Wi-Fi moment, man.
okay. Anyways, there we go. But yeah, listen, I do want to just say one more topic before we do close out, right? Obviously, international break, obviously ends back to club football. Will, so Barca, obviously, we're playing tomorrow against Osasuna. Absolute joke. But yeah, man, our game in hand is tomorrow against Osasuna. The manager has already said that, we should not expect to see guys like, Araujo or Rafinha in that game. Maybe not. But he's saying that Inigo will be back. Kobashi is going to be on the bench. I'm surprised to hear that after, he came off against Netherlands in the Nations League. I'm not going to lie, man. I'm pissed off because I feel like, bro, the fixture congestion is absolutely ridiculous. We're playing 3 games a week for the next 20 days.
Damn.
It's actually ridiculous. Back to back, bro. We could have a major injury by the time this fixture pileup ends, bro. I'm actually scared because we're in all competitions right now, all of them, and we're playing tomorrow. We're playing on Sunday, and we're playing on Tuesday in the Copa del Rey second leg, and then we're playing on Saturday. Then we have to play in the quarterfinals of the Champions League against Dortmund. Bro, it's peak. It is absolutely peak. But listen, at the end of the day, I will say this. But yeah, listen, Will, you can still hear us correctly, right? So you can still hear everything we're saying because you look clear from where I'm watching.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Wait,
I do want to.
Am I good on your end?
Yeah, you're good on our end. Everything is good on our end. So it's only us. It's only us. You can see us. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think he froze again.
Anyways, big up to every one of you guys. Make sure you guys smash the likes if you guys are just here. Just try to get out and get back in. Just refresh completely.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm just gonna quickly get into. I'm not gonna lie, but our fixture congestion RSM is a joke, man. Like, and the crazy thing is, we're dealing with injuries right now, which is the worst thing. We are literally having injuries right now. And yeah, it's gonna be it's long for us, man. It really is. Is there games in the Premier League this weekend?
Nope.
Oh, is it FA Cup?
Yep, it's FA Cup.
Oh my days!
So pretty much every other team, like a ton of teams, get a lot of rest. So
all the leagues are being played. But listen, at the end of the day, listen, man, we'll see what happens.
Saturday, but the FA Cup games. That's it. We really don't play until like Thursday or something.
Yeah, Will's Wi-Fi is definitely bugging. But listen, but games will come back midweek next week, right?
Yes.
We'll definitely, yeah. So yeah, we'll probably do predictions for the midweek games. I don't know if Will be back, but if he is back, we'll just ask him. But listen, let's quickly talk about the midweek games on Tuesday, right? Premier League returns on Tuesday. Arsenal versus Fulham.
Oof.
London derby.
I don't know, man. It depends on how Arsenal returns, but I don't see anything happening too crazy.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. What are you saying? Go scoreline.
Scoreline? If Fulham's at home, right?
Yeah. No. Arsenal at home.
Arsenal at home? Oh, then I'll probably give it like 2-1 Arsenal.
2-1 Arsenal. All right. West Ham.
West Ham Wolves?
Yeah. Wolves are hosting West Ham.
I'll probably go. I'll go West Ham. 2-0.
2-0. I'm gonna go 1-1, and I'm also gonna go 2-1 Arsenal in that game. Final game on Tuesday: Nottingham Forest versus Manchester United.
Oof. I'll go Forest 1-0.
Forest 1-0. I'm gonna go Forest 2-0. Yeah, Staffy is gonna be having a long. Yeah, Staffy's hellish season.
It's long for them, man.
Yeah, man. All right, Wednesday we got Wednesday games: Bournemouth versus Ipswich. What are you saying?
Oof. I can see that being a draw. You know, I don't know why. I could see that definitely being a draw.
What are you saying?
I'll do Bournemouth, Ipswich, 1-1.
1-1. All right.
Yep.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 2-0. 2-0 Bournemouth. Brighton versus Aston Villa. Brighton host Aston
They're like
Villa.
right next to each other in the table, no?
Yeah, crazy.
It's just so difficult because after an international break, like form changes a lot for a lot of teams. I'll go Villa 2-0.
2-0. I'll go 2-1 Brighton. 2-1 Brighton. All right. Rack 'em up. Manchester City versus Leicester.
Okay, that should just be. I'll go 2-1 City. They're gonna win, but
You think they're gonna win that narrowly? Because this Leicester team are dead, bro. They are
yeah, these other
absolutely.
team are dead. But bro, the City teams on some games
Yeah,
like they just fail to fire,
yeah.
bro.
I'm not gonna lie. After what I saw United do to Leicester, man, I don't see Leicester doing anything in this game. I'm gonna go 5-0. 5-0.
Yeah, see, that's crazy.
Yeah, Man City. All right. Next up, we got Newcastle versus Brentford. Brentford have a good away record, to be fair.
Brentford, I need you to do something for me here, man.
Oh yeah, I know for your ambitions. I hear.
Hey,
it.
Brentford, I need Leicester City or Brentford, but I don't see that happening, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know, man. Newcastle coming off the bro, Newcastle at home as well after the cup win, man. That's gonna be
I'm celebrating the cup win.
Devastating atmosphere, man. I think it's gonna be a 3-0.
3-0.
I think they're gonna ride the momentum. 3-0 Castle, yeah.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Newcastle. All right, Southampton versus Crystal Palace.
That's a mid off. Yeah, I think Crystal Palace win it. 2-0.
2-0. Yeah, probably 2-0. Yeah, 2-0 Crystal Palace. All right, Merseyside derby. I'm looking forward to seeing how. I'm looking forward to seeing how Trent gets how he's gonna get the reaction he's gonna get when he gets on that day. It's gonna be great. But yeah, man, Liverpool
I don't know, man.
at home.
I think Everton might have something for us here. I'm not gonna lie.
Ooh, do you think so? Okay, let's hear it.
I think they might, man. I don't know, especially with the way that their last game went. At the old stadium, like there's a lot to be said in terms of Everton, like riding the good momentum that they've been having,
right?
In the Prem, and Liverpool again, like, and I said this before, and I remember people told me I was wrong. I said, okay, after the defeat at the UCL, I said there's contracts in the air. I said Salah's crying. I said that I think this is gonna play in the players' mind. People told me no, they're mentality monsters. I said I don't know. I think that this is going to influence them. And then lo and behold, they're like, no, they'll bounce back and they'll win the cup. I said, I don't know about that. I don't know. The team looks like they've been like, they got hit, in the fight they got hit, bro. They're seeing stars. They go on to lose the cup, They're, by the way, Van Dijk got bounced out of the Nations League as well. Keep that in mind.
Oh yeah, he did, didn't he?
So he's taking like 3 back-to-back L's in terms of knockout tournament exits. Right? Still no news on Salah, still no news on Van Dijk. The Trent atmosphere in Liverpool. Liverpool's still reeling from the loss in the cup loss, UCL, the Trent news. Everton might have something for us, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Let's hear it.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna go with. Ooh.
Listen, next time we're doing True Ballers FC, you would have already know what this result is. So you could look like a genius if you get this right. Let's hear it.
I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna go 1-1. Everton get the last minute goal, bro. Last minute goal.
And I thought you were gonna go. I thought you were gonna go 2-1.
No, I think Everton going forward is so very stinky. I think that's the issue, bro. If they actually had something more going forward, I believe in them more. But I think they're gonna get 1 goal. But the thing is, if Liverpool don't get that goal, Everton is getting a goal in this game. I feel like Everton 1,000,000% is getting a goal in this game. If Liverpool don't score, then they're losing. I'll put it that way.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Liverpool. I'm gonna say Everton are gonna take the lead, and the atmosphere is gonna be tense, but they're gonna come back and win the game. Liverpool.
Yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, speaking of derby, guess what, guys? It's your guys' turn on Thursday because you guys get to play Tottenham. Yeah. Now, obviously, I wish Prime was here because this would have been so beautiful to see what Prime would say. Last time I made a prediction for this RSM, you weren't here, but brother, I got trolled. I'm still getting trolled to this day because of my.
Wow, what'd you say, man?
Oh, damn. I said that around that time Tottenham, every time you don't think they're gonna win or they're going to do something, that's when they actually do something. And yeah,
Bro, I've said
unfortunately.
it a million times, man. Tottenham, they see this badge, bro, and they're done. They see that badge, bro, and they're cooked. It is what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah, you're not bad trouble.
Just we're taking out the trash. You feel me? We're just collecting 3 points from our sons. It is what it is. Like I don't know what to say. I think we're gonna win it. Give me a 3-1. Give me an Enzo goal as well. How about that? 3-1. Give me an Enzo goal. You feel me? I'll
Oh
throw
yeah,
some
Enzo go. We just put it. We
little,
just put
yeah.
that. Yeah,
Give me
what are your James here for sure? I'll say this. I'm gonna go. You know what? This time I'm gonna go safe. I'm gonna go Chelsea now. Chelsea are gonna win. Because I'm sorry,
yeah.
even if
I
there
mean,
was any,
if Maresca somehow manages to lose his game, then yeah, he's kind of cooked. I'm not.
oh yeah,
gonna
Jackson is back by the way. RSM, what are you
Yes,
saying?
yes, he is
Good,
back.
good, good. Hey, listen, man, you need him, man. You need him. But I'll say this for me. I'll be honest, right? I know Maresca is having a poor time here and there, but brother, I've seen this Tottenham team under Ange, bro. Oh my goodness, bro. Yeah, you guys are gonna beat them.
Yeah, them
You
brothers
know
are
what's crazy,
trash.
Will? You know what's crazy, RSM? I'm gonna go for a big scoreline. I think you guys are gonna win this game 3-0. And Ange is gonna
3-0.
get I
Okay.
think you guys are gonna win it 3-0, and Ange is probably gonna get sacked, bro. I'm
Are
not
you
even
saying
kidding.
Enzo goal too?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Enzo goal. I'm gonna say Jackson gets a goal. And I'm gonna say Jackson comes off the bench and gets the third. Right? I'm gonna say goal by Enzo. I'm gonna say one from Pedro Neto, and
Yeah.
yeah, Jackson is gonna come off the bench and he's gonna put the dagger. And bro, and just probably expressions and
Jackson
all
Dagger
those
off
guys
the bench. That's crazy.
He's gonna be poor. He says, big up to what he says. Ask RSM if we don't win this, does the top four hopes as our top four hopes in danger? What are you
Bro, if
saying?
we can't win this, then it's over, bro. If we can't win this, I don't have faith in this team to win anything else for the rest of the season, bro. This is supposed to be spring cleaning. This is supposed to be the 6 guaranteed points every season from Spurs, man.
Yeah, listen. Every Chelsea
Man.
fan I speak to, bro, you guys talk this. They talk the same way, bro. Every single time.
Bro,
Crazy.
it's Spurs, man. I said this before too. Even bro, because I remember I think it was Staffy and Will. They came into my watch long to troll me when we started losing to we were losing to Spurs because Cucurella slipped twice, by the way.
Mm.
And I literally told them, I said just wait until this game is over, man. I said wait until this game is over because and there was Chelsea fans I remember going to the game being like, bro, I don't know, we might lose this. And I said, bro, if there's a Chelsea fan who cannot have chess going into a Spurs game, then we just need to dissolve the club, bro.
Yeah.
There's no hope. If we can't have chess against Tottenham Hotspur, bro, if you can't be convinced that we're gonna get 3 points, then the club needs to fold. Respectfully, like it's over. It's GG's.
Wow. Nah, I hear it.
Yep.
I hear it. Listen, we'll see what happens, man. But listen, man, big up to all the people who have been here this whole stream. Big up to my guy RSM. Big up to Will for turning up, man. Another episode, episode 20 of True Ballers FC, ladies and gentlemen. Wrapped up, ladies and gentlemen. And big up to every single one of you guys. Big up to Warrior J says, I had people liking my head loss on the tweet. Yeah. It says his head loss with his tweets yesterday. And basically, if somehow they drop points, it's going to get worse. Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, man, we'll see what happens. Well, hopefully not, man. Hopefully not. Listen, do not lose to Spurs, man. Because the way you just if I talk about Spurs, man, oh man, it would be so embarrassing to lose to them at home. But yeah, man. But listen, appreciate all you guys for being here. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, guys. This stream will be redirecting you guys to Lee Gunner's channel, guys. Lee Gunner is doing an emergency meeting with Sam, the Madridista, guys. Make sure you guys go out there. Make sure you guys put Omar BYT rate in the comment section below. Big up to RSM. Big up to Will. Make sure you guys go subscribe to both of their channels. Link to their channels is in the description, guys, along with everyone in the panel.
Yes,
if you guys want to go subscribe to his channel. You've not hit 1K yet, have you?
No.
Okay, how many subscribers are you a long way away?
I think I'm like 200 something off still.
All right, man. Listen, man. Make sure you guys go subscribe to RSM's channel, guys. Chelsea fan out here. Make sure you guys go and subscribe to him. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Football Carnage's channel, guys. His channel is in the description, guys. Big up to all you guys watching. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and yeah, man. Omar BYT rate going to League Gunner. Peace, you guys. Take care.
Peace.